effectively run ads than it was before they changed how it worked.
Lame.
It it's extremely annoying. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna run a 150-second ad break. Why can I not run a full 3 minutes anymore? That's very strange.
Excuse me. Because be- I don't know. Have you been shit talking Amazon behind their back?
Couldn't start an ad at this time. Try again later.
What?
Couldn't start an ad at this time. Try again later.
Well, try
Hey,
again now. It
hey,
is later.
hey, Twitch. Fuck you.
Now is later. Do it now.
Shibbity dibbity da. I'm not sure where Trey is. Hopefully he shows up
Yeah, I
at some
was
point this evening.
puzzled.
It is possible something came up.
That is possible.
Okay, now it ran. How very strange.
What's Win up to?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
They have not been attending streams lately, and I
Mm,
don't like to pry. Okay, Trey will be in
yeah.
a few minutes. But yeah,
Okay, cool.
when I just take the attitude of like if they can make it awesome, if not, I'm not gonna hound them about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. I was just a
yeah, no,
little concerned.
yeah, no, I know. But and I eat. Hello, bird. Shredney can't actually see the chat because I didn't open the screen window
Okay,
yet.
I
There you
can see
go.
it now. I see it now.
Um,
What is the crap? I'm trying to remember the rest of the lyrics to "Sweet Home Under White Clouds" by the Virgin Prunes, because there's that bit. I see it now.
and I eat.
That
Oh,
mirror
how
on the wall.
insidious. I almost
I
copied
see
the
it
wrong
all.
link.
I see it all. Uh,
Convincing is your Twitter, and Trey's is at TreySpeak.
hmm. Can you do the thing with the hitting the button thing?
What hitting button? Hit what button?
Hit the add button.
Yeah, I did. We're running ads.
Oh, we
We
are?
are
It
in the midst of
worked?
an ad break. Yeah, it let me do
It
it after I
worked?
refreshed the page for some reason.
It done work.
Hello,
Yay.
section 42L.
Hmm. Oh. I
You
should retweet.
you can.
Like,
We got 20 seconds until we go like actually live.
yeah, like formally
Yeah.
live. Alright.
10.
It has been retweeted.
Excellent. And a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, December 19th, 2019. Welcome to Shapes and Forms. And I am Planet Jane, and this is Shredney.
Oh.
You couldn't even come up with like a festive one because it's Christmas.
Ching, ching, ching,
There
ching,
you
ching,
go.
ching, 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 ching.
Our other co-host Trey will be joining us a little later. Today, we are doing a segment that we have not done in many, many long years. I say as I desperately remember that I need to open Clockman in order to do this. Hold on. This is Retro Game Roulette, where I allow a computer program to pick a game from a library of games that I have for one or more emulated game systems, and we play them for, however long. Reload directories. There we go. Give me a random game. Miss Pac-Man. Alright. Anyway, we're starting off with some Sega Genesis games. What site am I feeding this stuff into? Twitch. I'm not using a website to pick the file. It's a program called the Clockman file picker. But first thing it gave me was Miss Pac-Man, and you know what? What?
Why is it Sonic?
It's Sonic right now because I was testing to make sure that it works.
Ah, okay. So
No,
Miss Pac-Man, right
is
there.
our actual game that we're going to be playing. The game sound should be good. Let me know if it's not in chat. Good lord.
This is so of its time.
Why? That was strange. Miss Pac-Man is good. I agree.
I mean, yes, but the art is just very of its time. All right. I'm just now I'm like because
Hold
screen
on,
share.
gotta turn that down a bit. It's a little bit too loud.
I mean, the irony here I was about to say is like that because screen share, I am not hearing those insane iconic sound effects.
Yeah, you're not hearing the wah, 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 which is all the audience is hearing because for whatever reason the Genesis port of the game does not have any music.
Weird. I was about to say
Doesn't
like
sound
the
like-
do 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 do.
Yeah, like it played the intro jingle, but there's no well, maybe there isn't any other music in the arcade version either. Now that I think of it, I don't.
Yeah,
remember.
I mean, I remember
It
that
might
there
just
isn't
be the
because
chunks.
I used to play it as a kid. I think at an ice cream parlor I used to go to.
I've shared this story on the stream before, but I did as well. Except for me, it was a laundromat, and they had like
Yeah.
a weird version of it. Like it functioned the same. Like the program was the same, but it was like built into a table, and you could like look down on it, and there was just like a little joystick and a couple buttons built into the table. It was really odd. I don't know if that was
is
something they
odd.
had custom made, or if that was just like a variant cabinet you could get. But
You are better at this than I am.
I am
was.
okay at Pac-Man. Which
Yeah,
now that I've said that.
I mean, to be fair, I was saying, like, I'm not saying I was good.
Yeah,
I'm saying you're better.
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm alright at Pac-Man. It's one of those video games that I've played enough that I'm decent at it just by amount of time put in.
Yeah, that is a.
Do your
That's
thing,
amazing.
Bert. But yeah, we will do either a couple mazes or until I die and run out of lives, and then we will switch over to another ROM. Because I mean, you know, Miss Pac-Man's a perfectly fine thing to start on, but I think people are here for the weirder stuff, not really Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's like.
Do you know that Pac-Man is widely considered to be the first video game that had cutscenes?
Huh.
So, you hate weird and absolutely loathe it. That sounds like a lie, Bird. There's also a thing you can turn on in this, at least like the home releases of Miss Pac-Man, called, a booster, which is just basically like a dash button in Pac-Man. Is very strange.
And I was gonna say, with respect to Bird, is like, I have seen your, like, I know your opinions on Fate and things. I know that's a lie. Like, just having
Hey,
opinions
when
on
do we get
Fate
Miss
is enough.
when do we get Miss Pac-Man as a Fate Grand Order character?
Eventually, honestly.
You just gotta wait for enough time to pass, really.
Yeah, it's just like eventually she becomes a beast of legend. I mean, and then inevitably she winds up in Fate.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No, oh no.
I got cornered. That is the one thing, like, I don't really know how to avoid that. That's the one thing that
Yeah.
trips me up about Pac-Man. I know in the original Pac-Man, the way the ghosts were programmed, there was like safe spots you could go to. Like, not like static ones, but because of how the ghosts all targeted you, you could like, if you knew how their programming worked, there were certain places you could go in a maze at any given moment where they wouldn't follow you.
That makes sense.
like in Miss Pac-Man, it's semi-random. In the original Pac-Man, they all had fixed AI behaviors. Like, I don't remember which one corresponded to which ghost, but like one of them always went for the square that you were on. One of them went for like 3 squares in front of you. One of them went for like 5 squares above you and then 3 to the left or something like that. So they were fairly complicated for the time, but you could still predict them if you knew what you were doing.
So, like, basically, that like, predicting that was the original strats.
Yeah, I mean, there were some strats for like Donkey Kong and stuff, but I think this was probably the first game that had like a pro strat you could learn.
Yeah, I
well,
was
not
just
this
thinking.
game, but the original Pac-Man. You know what I meant.
Yeah, like.
But yeah, if you guys want to do video game roulettes of any sort on your own, Clockman, KLOCMAN is the name of the program I use as the file picker. It is literally, like, all it does is pick files. Like, it is a purpose-built program for just that.
Oh no, you ran right into Blue Ghost.
It's like that. It's like that, except the second K is a C.
When I see that game over there, you know what starts playing in my head?
What? No.
You know what I mean, right?
Greatest Heavyweights of the Ring. Oh, good. We're gonna play a wrestling game.
I assume you got that reference, right?
No, I did not.
That was the death music from Undertale.
Was it?
Yes. Well, I started on the wrong on a couple beats. I started later into the piece. Crap.
Hey Mur, is this the Kanuka Man NES game? This is surely
Greatest
going
Heavyweights
to be great.
of the Ring. Yes. Oh man, Joe Louis versus Jack Dempsey.
Anybody got a favorite boxer?
I mean, there's Muhammad Ali.
Oh, it could
or
be
Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield. There we go. I feel like I'm not going to be able to figure out how to do this, but let's see.
Versus Rock Marciano. The actual Rock Marciano.
Yeah.
Huh. Not to be confused with the rapper. Wow. Huh.
Got like full-on sampled speech though, and you can like even tell what the guy's saying.
Huh.
He said he's gonna embarrass me. That's probably true.
It's a fighting game.
It is.
An actual fighting game.
Yeah. Wow. I have no idea.
Wombo combo?
Like, I don't know. I was expecting, like, well, I guess back in the day, the games just came with manuals and shit, so you just read.
I mean, they did.
What to do there?
I'm pretty sure.
Which one is Robin Mask?
Oh, fucking hell.
Murr, stop liking things that I don't know what they are. Yeah, I don't... Press A, okay. Oh god, you gotta hammer the A button to get back up. Fuck.
You just lost.
Why does the announcer sound like a chipmunk? You guys hearing this?
No. But, you
this
know.
This music is funky.
I'm just trying to imagine.
Is Pac-Man the same game as just Pac-Man? Basically, like, the sprites are different, and the AI on the ghost is a little different, but it's fundamentally the same game.
Yeah.
Now, if you want a really weird game, there's a Baby Pac-Man, which is like Pac-Man on top, and then the bottom half is a pinball machine.
Isn't there also, oh god, what is it called? Pac-Man University or something?
Not that I've ever heard of.
The quote-unquote educational one?
Pac-Man 2 is a weird adventure game, and I don't know why it's called that, yes.
Yeah, like there's the one where you have to pick... Oh, hey, there's a cut.
Yo.
Bash Solarfield. Oh,
do I get to play again, or have I just lost now? Okay.
Oh.
Get to play against Joe Frazier. These are all people that I know the name, but I don't know anything about them.
These are all people you wouldn't want to get in a fight with.
Well, I would assume so. I also don't know why the sound is pitched up, but it's the funniest thing ever. Like, all the voices... At first I thought it was just the announcer sounds like that, but I think the game might be running at the wrong speed or something. Like...
Oh.
Everybody's voice is really pitched up. They all sound like chipmunks. How do I block?
I mean, you were blocking at one point.
Like, I don't think I was, though. Like, okay, hold on. It's the down button? It's the down button?
Yeah.
Okay, Like, I kinda get it, I think. I can't get over the fact that everybody's voice is all fucking screwed up. I don't know why that's happening. Oh yeah, look at the top. It's running at like 90 FPS. That's way faster than this should be running.
Yeah, shouldn't this be running at like...
See if I can like... Is there like a frame limit option? PAL over scan. Yeah, that's what I need right now. System. I guess no? That's weird. Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. We may have a bit of a problem. Play Pinocchio for the Genesis. I'm not picking specific games. I'm letting the program pick.
I just had a weird realization is that your voice is naturally higher than mine, but your laugh is lower. And
that's because I am secretly a wizard.
Whereas I have like
gonna need to
terrifying hyena cackle, whereas you have like a normal person laugh.
I mean, it happens. Where the hell is the Blastum directory? Here it is.
Okay.
Hopefully, yeah. Okay, it fixed itself.
Load the raw.
Let's get another game. Experts. Kind of don't like the sound of that, but sure. Experts for the Genesis.
Does that mean that it's X-rated and they're perked?
I hope not, or else I'm gonna get kicked off of Twitch.
I mean, if
That is
it's
the
not
correct
listed in
opinion,
the
Aroa.
Forbidden Games,
Whoops.
if it's not listed in the Forbidden Games, Jane, then it is allowed.
Wait, what the fuck? Did it?
What is happening?
I don't know. It won't let me press the start button. It just brings up the menu instead.
Maybe it's the Forbidden Game.
Yo.
The Forbidden Game.
Start button. Start button. Start button. No, options button should be start. This is very strange that this is being so finicky. It won't let me do
now
it.
it's not street. Oh.
Yo.
What
I
is
looked
this?
at, like, oh, what's the best PlayStation, or what's the best Genesis emulator? Is it still the Kega Fusion? No, everybody likes Blastum now. And I use Blastum, and it just is doing this. Can I just, like, hit enter on my keyboard? Okay, sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
Begin new mission or resume mission.
What the fuck is this?
Terrorist goal is to steal our technology and sell it to the highest bidder. That's not what terrorists do.
They are currently searching Aqua's databases for classified information. What the fuck? Who should I play as?
Tashiel.
Look at these
Shield.
levels.
Tashiel.
Level 8E, level 8W, or level 4E. Tashiel.
Okay.
Okay.
Or Tashiel? Tashile?
What is happening?
Okay, airlock door secured.
I don't understand this. Like, what?
Is it an adventure game?
Maybe?
Or
But, like,
some kind of very strange RPG?
like, none of the controls do anything. I don't think that's the emulator.
Okay. Okay, it's starting. I guess you have to play Zachary.
Alright.
Oh, it's a fighty fightsman. With a gun! Oh, it's a side-scroller. Is it a beat-em up?
Boy! Oh, yes!
It's an old shitty beat-em up.
River City Girls, eat your heart out.
I mean, as we all know,
What the fuck is this?
as we all know, Zachary is best girl.
Why does he look like Guile from Street Fighter?
Because, you know, it gets the people going. It doesn't have to make sense.
I have a gun also, which fires invisible bullets, apparently. Hello, Eric.
I mean...
This is Experts for the Sega Genesis. You can tell by the way he uses his walk, he's a woman's man. Time to talk. This is the only video game, actually. This is like a shitty video game you'd put in, like, an episode of Regular Show or something.
Or in another video game.
Yeah. What is...
Although an episode of Regular Show, that's pretty good.
Everything is so marvelously fluid.
Yeah, just punch.
Game of the Year 1993.
That is my new Vaporwave production handle.
No. How do I get in here?
You punch it really
no.
hard.
Okay, that like...
Access restricted? Oh, this
do
is
I need
stupid.
to like find a key card or something?
Do you punch the key card?
I tried punching the door because that was my first thought.
Oh.
Man, can you imagine, like, it's Christmas morning, 1994, and your dad brings home a Sega Genesis, and the game he gets you with it is not Sonic the Hedgehog, but this piece of shit?
I mean, at the time, it might have been pretty hype.
I don't know about that.
Is that a tray I hear?
That is a tray you hear. Hello.
Hello,
Huzzah!
Trey. Welcome, and welcome to the experts.
The experts.
I think we might...
-PERTS.
I think we might actually have to roll a new ROM just because I don't know what to do.
Is that Guile?
I also thought it was Guile. Wait, hold on. Am I doing something with the...
Yeah,
am I doing something with the computer?
Yeah, apparently.
System coolant. Temp 17 Celsius.
17
Geothermal
degrees
turbine.
Celsius.
Status active.
17 degrees Celsius is like... What is this?
No, Mortal Kombat is like a fun game that people enjoy.
You know what's interesting about temperatures? I got a new phone in our interim, and what I ended up doing with it, the weather widget that shows up on my lock screen is in Fahrenheit like a regular person, but on my home screen it shows up in Kelvins.
Kelvins?
Yes, Kelvins.
Oh my
because
God.
that was an option that I was given to choose how I wanted to determine the weather. So right now in Raleigh, it's 272 Kelvins outside.
Wow.
Do they let you pick fucking radians too?
By the way, I calculated it in my head because I am, even though I'm not great at it because I am a masochist. Okay, that's only half true. And it's about 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit, I think, is 17 Celsius.
I figured out why the boxing game was running in the wrong frame rate.
Why?
So, for whatever fucking reason, this emulator maps, like, emulation speed controls to the triggers, and I must have bumped one of the triggers. Check it out, I can make this run at like 127 FPS.
Oh god, no, now it's at 180! Holy shit!
Alright,
now he's just vibrating! It's amazing!
He's just vibing.
He's just
Alright, well,
No, crank it up again, I want to see him vibe!
I don't want it to stay that way through the rest of the...
No, I'm not saying through the rest of the thing, I just want to see... Just show me him vibing.
Alright, one more time.
Show me the vibe!
But then we're playing Asterisk and the Great Rescue.
Oh my god, that's so
He looks like he's like miming a chainsaw or something.
just walk back and forth.
What the hell was that? Oh, that was the follow sound. Thank you for the follow, Eric.
Yeah. My dude's energetic.
Alright, what was the one we got? Asterisk and the Great Rescue.
I don't play the game.
So we've got a game that's based on a famous Franco-Belgian comic strip, I believe.
Yeah.
I imagine this is a beat-em-up or something.
Interesting.
Could be.
I would be surprised. This might be good, right?
Could be.
Yeah, the French love them some Asterisk.
Or maybe like an adventure game? That would be kind of weird.
Asterisks.
Yeah, I was thinking like an adventure game or like a...
Okay, who wants to read this?
The year is 50 BC. Gaul is entirely occupied by the Romans. Well, not entirely. One small village of indomitable Gauls still holds out against the invaders, and life is not easy for the Roman legionaries who garrison fortified camps in the surrounding areas. Asterix and Obelix have set out to rescue the village.
Oh, it went away. It was like, no, you're taking too long. Goodbye.
Well, fuck.
Gaulish village.
An adventure game?
Woo!
No, that's just what I am. Yeah, it looks like a platformer.
Oh my god, it's Mario, but with Asterix.
It's actually a reminds me of, like, just right off the cuff here, reminds me a little bit of Bonk's Adventure, if anybody's ever played that.
Huh.
Which, I wanted to, get, like, 3 different, consoles going for emulation roulette, but, I couldn't find, like, an easy way to set up a TurboGrafx emulator. So we're probably just gonna do Genesis tonight. We might switch over to Super Nintendo at some point.
Oh no! You fell into the ocean.
Yeah, like, this seems okay. You know... These licensed platformers were usually at least alright. Unless it was,
it seems passable,
I think
the
the
very
Rocco's
least.
Modern Life one is the one that's, like, famously horrible. That and Virtual Bart.
Oh my.
Just the Simpsons one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this without getting hit. I'm sure there's some way to do it, but I'm not privy.
You got punched by a fish. That's one hell of a way to go.
In the face.
I like that it says path whenever we hit something. How do you get over there? Maybe you could just like walk. Okay, we can try playing as the other guy, I guess.
Obelix.
Who is,
Watch out for the big girl.
It's real BBM hours. I'm sorry. The second that thought left my mouth, I was like, that wasn't a good joke to make.
I mean, it was funny. I thought it was funny.
That's because you don't have a sense of humor. Like me.
I do have a sense of humor. It's just not necessarily a good one.
Do any of us have actual humor, or do we just?
All right.
Do we
so,
just
like,
do our best?
I don't entirely get it. Like, the crabs hurt you, the water kills you, and that bit over there seems too tall to jump up.
Go under the thing and get the potion first.
Maybe?
Yeah.
That would be a weird thing to, like, make mandatory.
I mean, it is... game logic.
Maybe? I'm not even sure, like, what our hit points are. I guess it's that number in the bottom right?
No, it's the little
it's
set
the
of
little
red bars.
dots. Okay. Yeah, the little
red
bars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, little red boxes.
How
do you think?
Each bar gradually fades. Oh!
I have
can
a
throw
thing I can throw. Okay, alright. Suddenly this makes marginally more sense.
Okay, cool. So throw things at the fish.
Alright.
And you can each probably throw different things, is part of it.
Actually, sort of seems like Asterix can't throw anything? What's going on here? Okay. Oh, that's what the potions do. They give you ammo. I understand.
Potion seller.
I'm going into battle against crabs, and I need your strongest potions.
Dun 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 dun.
This music is pretty good. I wish you guys could hear it.
Potion seller!
But how do you get up there, though?
I'm not sure. Do you jump onto the fish?
It doesn't do anything. Like, that was my first thought. Like, maybe if you, like, you could, like, bounce on the fish. But you can't.
Fish bouncing.
Fish bouncing has been decreed illegal in the state of Gaul. No, you can't go in the water. Like, you can go in it, but it instantly kills you. It's very strange.
It does a pain.
It's like as though all water was lava or something.
Maybe you have to hit it.
I tried that though. Like,
no, I mean hit it. I mean hit it with your potion thing.
Well, I don't have any more. I guess I can... Oh, okay, these respawn. That's helpful.
Okay. Gotta kill the fish.
Nah, it just goes right through it. Wait, this makes a platform. I see. Okay. I got it. We figured it out, gang.
Yeah. We did it, gang. We figured it out.
What's up with that? Gang.
A secret.
I found a secret
passageway.
area, which is just a wall that you can walk into, you know.
Okay.
And
then you have to crawl through the thing before the timer runs out. You've only got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, 3.
Did we win?
Yeah, I think we got the
Hell yeah!
With only 3 seconds left on the clock. Dab.
Neat.
Or I guess the yeet dab would probably be.
This feels like it's not
Appropriate.
supposed to look like this.
I mean, not quite this bad, but I do think it's supposed to be watery looking.
But like, the overlay looks all fucked up. Like the top layer of
Yeah,
stripes.
I know. This is not the flavor of ocean grunge I think they were going for.
Don't call me an ocean grunge.
I didn't call you an ocean grunge.
They were going for shit. Who's a watery kind of band?
Well, I mean, like I would
Washed
reference
out?
like the two actually remotely relevant ocean grunge artists, but I can only think of one right now.
I'm riding
Like-
on an eel.
Went for Ween's Ocean Man and got Weezer covering Ocean Man.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land to help you understand.
Interesting how Ween and Weezer have vaguely similar names in terms of the
Alright,
we
well.
part of the equation being prominent, but they are very different.
But they are kind of at this point both sort of meme bands.
The Holy
Yeah.
Trinity is Ween, Weezer, and the Wii U.
Wii U.
That's not a band though.
I really like this music.
Well, do you think that Weezer and Ween collaborated on a DAW and used the DAW that runs on the Wii U?
That would be something.
It would.
Well, you know, in early grime music, a major production tool was a thing for the PlayStation.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I forget what it was called, like Sony Sound Painter or something like that.
Oh yeah, one of those things.
I remember the MTV like beat generator thing being like an interesting experiment in that vein as well for the PS1. Can't remember if that was the exact name for it or what, but it had the music television stamp of approval on it, and I think my dad actually had it.
Yeah.
It was put out by Codemasters, I think.
There was a couple music, like there was a couple, like vaguely useful music production things for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And one of them was a big deal in grime music.
My mind also goes to Rockstar Games collaborating with Timbaland to put out a app called Beaterator for the PlayStation Portable around like 2007, 2006-ish. And I can't recall if that one ever had any traction like as an actual tool, but it's kind of neat that Rockstar of all companies would be interested in that sort of thing.
Well, what do you mean? It makes perfect sense. They're called Rockstar.
Making hip-hop beats?
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, insert joke about that very bad Post Malone song here.
What do you guys think Post Malone is doing right now?
Right this instant? I don't know. I mean, it's entirely possible. Wait, what time is it on the West Coast?
It's like 5 or 6.
6:30.
Yeah, 6:30. He's
I
probably
mean-
not in. He's probably not in bed. So like,
He might be. I mean, he might be getting like early dinner and smoking weed.
My guess is that he probably is enjoying a nice can of LaCroix, which he doesn't know how to pronounce because he says it LaCroix in
LaCroix Jenkins, of course.
And in the song "Wow," I'm pretty sure that that's what he means when he says "Shoddy mixing up the vodka with the LaCroix." Yay. I think that's what he means.
This was charming, but we're gonna put on a new game now. We got Tecmo World Cup '93. I'm gonna veto any soccer games because they're all the same. Disney's Aladdin, sure.
EA Sports.
People like the Aladdin game, right? Right? Or did I make
Aladdin
that up?
Aladdin
no
is
idea.
supposed to be one of those ones that's like really popular among people that were kids around that time, and also really hard.
Fair enough. The SNES one is better. Fair. I mean, that's fair. We'll find out in a second. This is another one where, for some reason, pressing the start menu or start button brings up the ROM menu instead of actually playing the game. Is this gonna crash again? It is. Cool.
Well, that blows.
It's fine. I can just restart it, but it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
Load ROM. You can't like type the ROM names in, which is very annoying when you've got a list this big.
There are many of them.
Yeah, very happy to see that Dinosaurs for Hire is in the ROM list, which is arguably the greatest game ever made.
Let's just like not. We don't have to do it always randomly. Like I think after this we should do Dinosaurs for Hire.
No, we have to do it always randomly.
But then we might never get Dinosaurs for Hire.
We got Dinosaurs for Hire once before. Like the last time we did this segment, we got the
We
SNES
did?
version. Yeah,
Well, was I there?
probably.
I mean, it's entirely possible that I wasn't. There was a period when I did not have internet access.
Yeah, but that was way before that. We haven't done this segment in like 2 years. It's very well animated.
I mean...
Yeah, they collaborated with the actual team that made the cells for the movie to essentially rotoscope the sprites into
really
the game.
interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
This
I was
looks way
thinking-
crappier than the SNES one, really. I'm not familiar with the SNES version, so like this looks pretty good to me.
Yeah,
You guys digging this 16-bit
not bad.
version of Prince Ali Mighty Sea? I'm not making that up. That's actually what's playing in the game.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all. Just, but that doesn't mean that I'm not thinking, huh? But also, I do love that detail that Zursk pointed out once, which is that Ali and Aladdin, with the proper Arabic pronunciation, begin with completely different consonants, and that in the Arabic dub for Aladdin, they really emphasize the beginning consonant, which is Ghain, which is pronounced at the back of the throat, and it's just completely different. It does not rhyme at all.
Well,
Like it doesn't actually start with the same letter. Is the point? Like how would it be? It would be something like Aladdin versus Ghali.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like the original story that Aladdin is based on took place to the east of Iran, which would have been like Uzbekistan or something, right?
Yeah, or I mean, it's like implied.
Like China?
Yeah, it's like implied to be like somewhere either in China or Central Asia. It's kind of weird.
What is this?
And also the character who is transformed into Jafar in the film is explicitly a Maghrebi sorcerer, which means he's from probably like Morocco or Algeria.
Interesting.
Or possibly Mauritania. Like that area of the Sahara is the Maghreb. Yeah.
R.I.P. in peace.
Rip in small pieces.
Oh, I guess that's a checkpoint. The weird genie jar
thing.
Yeah. Anyone else ever play the PS1 Hercules game? I did not know there was a Hercules game. Certainly not for the PS1.
Yeah, same. I did not really play many video games as a kid.
True MLG folks only play Bambi 2 for the PlayStation.
Hey. Now listen to me, young man. You are going to call GameStop. You are going to demand a copy of Bambi 2 for the PlayStation. And your family will be freed if and only if you get it.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I do worry.
It's like a weird copy pasta, I guess, wherein your family is kidnapped by the green M&M lady.
That's really good.
And you have to free them by acquiring a copy of
I do
Bambi
remember
2.
this now because I think Eloise once actually read that out loud and put it on her SoundCloud. In the most over-the-top voice I've ever heard.
No genre.
Fucking hysterical.
Your family is captured by the green M&M ASMR. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now listen to me, young man. I apologize.
No, you don't.
I really don't.
I am talking directly into your ear now. I need you to do me a favor. You will do this for me. I need you to go to GameStop, and I need you to ask the bastard working the counter if they have Bambi on the PS2. If you come back empty-handed, you'll be in big trouble, mister. You will never see the light of day.
Why Bambi on the PS2?
Well, the joke is that there is no Bambi game for the PS2. Bambi 2 was a movie.
I mean, yes, but
why
also,
that one specifically, couldn't tell you.
But
as with many things on the internet, there is no real reason.
There is no future. There is no past.
I'm sorry that I'm playing the apparently inferior version of this game.
Speaking of M&M's...
probably not going to be playing for much longer because I think I'm about to run out of lives.
I think that might be memeing on you.
Maybe? I don't know.
But I'm not sure what the meme is.
Speaking of M&M's, there was... I keep thinking about that damn commercial that always airs around this time of year where Red and Yellow are walking into that like living room or whatever, and they're like Yellow is like talking about Santa Claus, and they bump into Santa Claus, and both the Red M&M and Santa faint after seeing each other.
That commercial is very strange.
It's a weird one, and it airs every year without
it's from like
fail.
The 80s, isn't it?
It's like from the early 90s, I'm pretty sure.
It's
because
a very old commercial.
The CGI is old as hell, and they have. So the other commercial that always airs around this time of year, as far as candy goes, is the Hershey's Kisses one, and that one they actually remade it a couple years ago, so it looks like an actual modern commercial now, as opposed to just keeping the same thing from the 90s. But the M&M's commercial, that shit is exactly the same, and it's basically the only time that you will see any regular TV channel these days have black bars on the left and right side of the screen because it was produced in 4:3 as opposed to 16:9. That is how old it is.
A relic from a forgotten age.
From the dark times.
This thing predates the digital transition that antenna TV had to make.
Oh no.
It's the digital transition. No, not quite enough. Not quite enough. Like, there's slightly too many syllables there, I think.
No one expects the digital transition.
Okay, that was pretty good.
It's a deal.
It's a deal.
Hey, I got an extra life.
I mean,
This game is, like, pretty good. Like, you can tell that it's pretty good because we're not talking about it at all.
yeah.
I don't know where to go though. What do you want me to do here? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Level complete.
Hello, Go-Go. Well, this is a interesting thing. Apples. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll play for a little bit more.
The desert.
Find the scarab.
Hello, Heinzes.
Hello.
Welcome
Hello,
to
Heinz.
Retro
Go.
Game Roulette on Shapes and Forms.
Forms and shapes.
Forms and Shapes. I had an idea for like a neat little intermission segment a little bit after the hour if you guys are up for that. I don't want to spoil it though.
We'll give it a try.
Sure.
Yeah, just some. It'll take like maybe 10 minutes. Alright.
Oh, you died.
Yeah.
Again.
Sarlacc bones.
Fetish.
Go, what is that emoji? I can't quite make it out. I'm like a little bit too far from the screen, I think.
I can't really... Oh, it's I think it's a Toho?
Is it?
Maybe.
What is
I
it?
watched...
What's up?
Oh, wait. We can... What were you guys talking about?
No, I was just trying to figure out what that emoji was. What were you gonna say, Trey?
The mentioning of the Sarlacc bones reminded me of the fact that I watched the original trilogy this week, and
okay.
I found myself struck by the fact that Boba Fett just does not do anything.
Really?
He's basically just there to stand there and look cool.
I was under the impression he was like a major character in the franchise.
So I feel like
he if I'm not mistaken, he does do one or two important things. It's just that he doesn't actually do a whole lot in terms of, I don't know how to explain it.
he's the visual representation of the Empire finding the main characters on Cloud City during Empire, because like he chases them down essentially and leads Darth Vader to them or whatever. But like as far as actually doing anything on screen, nope. He just stands there and looks cool, and then gets knocked into the Sarlacc pit by Han Solo in the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks menacing. Is basically his job.
But yeah,
Like a bouncer at a club.
the outfit's cool.
It is a cool outfit.
The outfit's cool as hell. And honestly, The Mandalorian is probably like cashing more in on the promise of like bounty hunters within Star Wars, like making a story about that than he ever did in the original trilogy, because he kind of doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
Do people like that show? I don't keep up with the scuttlebutt about live action television.
I've only seen a couple of episodes, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, my mom has been watching it. She likes it.
It's a Stars War.
It is a Stars War.
But
without
like,
the war, but with, I guess, stars?
Like it's a lower key Stars War. Stars War.
Baby Yoda, do Baby Yoda, do.
Not
pretty much, yeah.
Not quite on the space operatic level that the regular movies are operating on, but if you're thinking around where Rogue One starts, where it's like very very down to earth, like
I have never watched that because just didn't care.
I've never seen any of the Star Wars movies, which is one of those things that
I've
people are always
seen
like,
the-
what?
I've seen the originals and the prequels. And I just haven't gotten around to the new trilogy.
The first screenings of the new one are tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna be seeing it for a couple days.
Makes sense.
My girlfriend and Marie, our other roommate, were actually going to go see it, but I guess people were being jerks about it at the store that they work at, so they decided to just come home instead.
Oh.
Yeah,
sucks.
the critical reception to it has been mixed, which is interesting because, like, it's coming off of the heels of what might actually be the most divisive entry in the franchise so far.
Yeah, like the thing about The Last Jedi, actually I heard a really interesting argument about it. Well, not argument as in fight, but argument as in for it.
Yeah, like
that I'll
points.
get to. I'll let you finish though.
Yeah.
What you were saying.
As far as The Last Jedi goes, I feel like I liked it the first time that I watched it, but I'm gonna have to give it another try in order to really see how I feel about it.
The argument I saw about it that was actually interesting is that part of why a lot of people seem to hate it is that it does something that actually was something that the prequels tried to do but does it more effectively, which is that, like, it may, or rather, like, that the prequels only do occasionally well.
Guys,
yeah?
Look at what we got for our next fucking game.
Oh
Pac-Man
boy.
2. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Alright,
There's
well,
a 2? There's a sequel?
you don't know about Pac-Man 2?
Gosh, I feel like I've heard bad things.
Okay, well, we'll get to Pac-Man 2. So
But-
we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break.
Okay.
And when we get back, we will do Pac-Man 2.
Pac-Man.
The greatest game ever made.
The sequel.
I'm gonna run some ads, so I'll see you guys in about 2.5 minutes.
Bye.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some soda.
Okay. I will... I should probably... I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Mute self while eat food.
Well, what I was going to say, and, like, I think you'll understand this, and also maybe somebody who has subscribed, is, like, that, like, The Last Jedi actually follows up on the fact that the Jedi Order in the, as is illustrated in the prequels, actually was directly complicit in its own destruction, and actually engages with that fact, and that their ideals maybe weren't so great to begin with.
Yeah.
And that also the fact is that, like, the whole point of the prequels was to double down on the anti-imperialist angle that was actually present in the original trilogy, but wasn't as, like, went over a lot of people's heads, and that The Last Jedi directly confronts that sort of thing and is like, yeah. Basically it makes, like, the not just anti-fascist themes, but, like, the fact that people were able to ignore the fact that Star Wars was actually directly inspired by the Vietnam War, and the Empire was the US in that case. And that was something that people were able to overlook until, like, and of course they could ignore it with the prequels because they could say, oh, prequels bad. But thematically, it's very heavily in there. Like, with the stuff with Palpatine, is inspired both by stuff like the Reichstag burning, but also the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. In which LBJ, like, straight up lied about multiple things to get us involved in Vietnam. And then all the stuff that Nixon pulled.
Yeah. Yeah, the political subtext of Star Wars is something that a lot of fans would either prefer to ignore or actively have like a knowledge of and choose not to really act on it. It's as far as like discussions and hardcore like understandings of the franchise.
Yeah. It's like, and I think that's also part of the reason why, like, you know, that particularly bad part of the fan base, like, just went nuts with,
Hello,
like,
everybody.
with the
Thank you
sequel
for the
trilogy.
subscription, Trey.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
I got
we
my
just
Amazon
had-
Prime subscription.
We
back.
just had a majorly spoilery discussion, well, not, like, directly, but in the abstract, about both the prequels and the sequel trilogy, so, during the commercial break, so, well, if you are a subscriber, you got some bonus content there.
bonus content of you two arguing about Star Wars.
Not
Anyway,
arguing, actually
this is
agree.
Pac-Man 2, which is a video game that exists.
The New Adventures.
If you're not
The
familiar,
New Adventures.
if you're not familiar,
This is the
Pac-Man
weird
is,
one.
Pac-Man is the super cool hero of this game. This is an adventure game,
Mhm.
like Monkey's Island or something like that.
Oh, dear lord. There's Pac Jr.
I don't know anything about Star Trek either. I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to rope me
Baby.
into this argument.
Oh, no.
I don't know anything about either franchise.
I like both of them.
For crazy ghosts.
And comparing the two of them is actually probably a false dichotomy because
Oh, yeah, they're way
they're
different.
trying to say very different things.
Yeah, like, again, like, Star Wars is very bluntly about, again, like,
Guys,
imperialism
I
and
feel like
fascism.
you're not paying enough attention to Super Pac-Man.
Whereas, oh yeah, I am paying
Super
attention to it.
Pac-Man.
And whereas,
Looney
like,
Tunes ass opening sequence.
I feel like Star
Super-
Trek is more aspirational
Yeah.
and, like,
Hi, I'm Pac-Man.
as opposed to cautionary, which is interesting given, like, the whole hero's
We're out
journey
of milk,
fantasy element
and
in
Pac
Star
Baby
Wars.
is still hungry.
Yeah. Super political action committee man.
Why does-
Political action committee.
Would
man.
you not live in a house shaped like yourself if you could? Anyway,
I wouldn't want it shaped like myself.
so-
no.
Alright, well, I
Oh.
didn't mean to do that. So this game
Okay.
is really quite strange.
Yes,
You have
that is
to,
transparently obvious.
You have to try to get Pac-Man to do stuff by launching power pellets into the environment with the slingshot. And good luck, because Pac-Man is a fucking idiot. And like just an absolute doofus, a moron in every conceivable respect.
A dingus, a wongus.
A
A
wongus.
fool.
Alright, well.
An absolute dip.
And ding dong.
Interesting, I feel like, is one way to describe Pac-Man 2. It's very, well, like... You can launch things other than power pellets, I believe, but I don't remember how. It's...
He looks so off-put by everything.
Like, it's certainly a unique game. Okay, you can launch rocks with that button, including at Pac-Man.
That's rude. Why are you bullying him for that
I don't
purpose?
like actually
custom-
playing this game seems like a fool's errand. Like I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to do anything. How do you interact with the environment, other than by the dog? Or by the slingshot, I mean.
He's like a Japanese school child from an anime.
It's just...
I'm serious. Why? What?
You slingshot stuff at the background? I mean, evidently.
I mean, yes. The spider landed on Pac-Man.
It did. I just don't know how you're supposed to get anything done. Like, I've tried a couple times over the course of my life to just figure this game out, and I have no idea.
These facial expressions are, like, astonishingly, like, old anime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It looks like something out of fucking, like, Doraemon or something.
Yeah. Yeah, or Osamatsu-kun. Like, the original.
Yeah, Milk. What?
Did he finally chill out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat this
apparently.
apple that fell on the ground.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, bud.
But I'm not responsible for you if you get sick off of eating the core and having seeds and you want a fucking tree to grow out of your stomach, Pac-Man.
What? Trey.
Every time with this man. I don't...
This man is a jerk.
I like that his villainy is accidental.
I mean, do we know it's accidental?
Good point. I didn't realize he could shoot these out of the tree.
How do we know that he's not just a dick?
He could be.
Apple.
Just eat all the apples.
Just eat the fucking apples, Pac-Man. You fucking dick. It's just like, it's one of the weirdest uses of an intellectual property I know of. Cause like...
Just eat the fucking apples, Pac-Man.
Just what relevance does this have to Pac-Man?
I really want to use you saying that, like, as a sample or something.
Why?
Because it's just fucking hilarious. Also, there's a spider on his head now.
He just doesn't care.
No, he's
or he
very
cares
upset.
too much, apparently. Now he cares too much.
Like, no, he's, like, paralyzed with terror. Shoot the bird!
And can I get the bird to abduct Pac-Man? And take him to fucking... Take him back to the fucking
Take
undead...
him to hell!
Undead, Pac-Hell.
Undead prison.
Don't walk into that door. Oh! Oh, hot damn!
I don't
Fuck
know
this guy.
how
Oh,
you do this.
That's so gruesome!
The fucking music that plays when he gets shot, or when he gets flattened, is art. Maybe I have to prevent him from going that way? Go the other way.
Oh no! His dog is so friendly. His dog is a happy boy. Oh. Did you just murder that man?
I hope so.
Yes! You fucking murdered that man!
Rest in peace.
And
Did
you
this
just...
the fucking rake gag from The Simpsons?
Yes. I mean, it's just a rake gag, period. It's not a Simpsons exclusive thing.
Look, dental plan. Lisa needs braces.
Do it for her!
They don't even have dental.
Hey, oh, no, you need to take the rake out of his hand and then get him, like, squished by hay. You have to kill the man. Kill the man! Make him die!
Are we just making...
End his life!
Like, the game is you as a cruel god tormenting Pac-Man. That's what the game is.
we're basically invoking Murphy's Law in everything.
Also, I'm confused. Pac-Man has children, and this Pac-Man?
No, like, I understand Go-Go, I just think that this was a very strange way to go about it. Like, they could have tried to make, like, a platformer or
This
something.
version of Pac-Man reproduced. That's terrifying.
They did make platformers, actually, as, like, Pac-Man World, like, a couple years later, and I actually quite like that game. But, like, I just don't know what the hell this is.
But just think about that. This version of Pac-Man reproduced.
I don't want to think about that.
It's just no. It's just. I mean, it's just such a weird thing to contemplate, and an uncomfortable one.
Maybe they don't reproduce sexually. Maybe they just divide, like
yeah, but then why is there Ms. Pac-Man?
You don't have to fuck somebody to want to marry them.
I mean, true, but, like, what function does marriage... And why
maybe it's
are
just
they
a legal
gendered?
union in Pac World, and maybe it's just like, you know, they have no assigned gender at birth. They just adopt one later in life if they so choose.
Okay. But either way, it just creates so many questions.
Pac-Man has postpartum depression.
So the man has the Pac baby in this
yes,
relationship.
they're like
then.
seahorses.
So the Pac-Man and the Pac baby.
I'm not saying it's a bad game, Go-Go. I'm just saying I don't get it. Like, I'm not sure who this is
No,
for.
I respect its ambition here. It's just very silly.
It's very well made.
And also, there's a spider on his face, and he's flipping the fuck out.
No, Pac-Man. Do I have to, like... Like, I smack the sign to remind him that he needs milk. But then he just... Like, I assume that the cow is involved somehow, because,
I think he follows wherever your cursor is the thing.
I don't think so.
I mean...
Like, I think you can just spurn him to walk in certain directions.
What?
I didn't even do that.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Pac-Man commits mail fraud.
Yes! That sounds like... That sounds like a weird combination of... Oh no, this version of Pac-Man is... In his universe's version of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's actually more terrifying.
My roommate Marie wants to know when we get non-binary Pac-Man, and I'm going to go ahead and say that that's what Pac Baby grows up into. Pac person.
Pac person.
MX Pac. Hey, what? What the fuck was that?
Was that the sound of Cherry yelling, "What the fuck"?
I mean, maybe, but I was talking more about the fact that I somehow managed to make the windmill fly off.
Oh.
Does anybody remember that terrible Pac-Man show that was on Disney XD?
There were a couple of those. There was one on Disney XD. There was an old one from the like 80s.
What was Go-Go saying to me there? I can't read it. It gets cut off.
Oh, apparently in many countries you get tax cuts for being married. So I suppose Go-Go's implying that Pac-Man, like the Pac-Land, has laws similar to Germany or China, where there are, multiple civil benefits for being married.
Well, as far as Pac-Man being designed to not have any gender characteristics, I wonder whether or not it would have panned out any differently if the Miss Pac-Man mod hadn't been a thing. because like
I've lost control of my cursor.
that might have been the first instance of Pac-Man as a character really actually like falling into a male
Oh no.
category.
Alright, well, you know what? I think we're gonna roll up a new ROM now, because as funny as this is, we're not really getting anywhere.
This is.
Oh, I guess
well,
we did get to
we
a
did
new
get
screen.
to another
Alright,
screen.
we'll play for like
No, we
another
have to
couple
keep
minutes.
walking. Keep walking so that you don't get conked on the head.
Pac-Man, no!
No! No!
Did you know that Miss Pac-Man is in part based off of a illegal shit hack called Crazy Otto?
Huh.
I knew that the reason why it was it's essentially
Nightmare.
considered the sequel, quote unquote, more of an updated re-release of the original Pac-Man was because there were modifications made to it by like the people that brought
Pac-Man, you're a fucking dingus. Alright,
Bye.
now we're gonna switch
You
over to
suck!
because I'm getting frustrated at this stupid fucking game. No sports. Come
Art
on.
of fighting.
not even Barkley.
Wait, Art of
can-
Fighting.
we
Wait, that's
What?
the one that got turned into the worst OVA ever.
What? Oh, you're looking at the directory. No, the thing that the pick is down here.
Oh, Barkley Shut Up and Jam 2. Oh,
Yeah.
not to be confused with Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden,
Which is like actually a good game, but sure, we'll play
Yeah.
we'll play basketball for a little bit, I guess.
We're playing basketball.
Pack Pellants is soil and green made of the rich.
You should play Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden on this show.
I don't know if I should. I think
Why not?
I think there are many reasons I might want to not do that.
Why not?
Oh god, who do I play as?
Just
Angsta? Is this guy's name Sea Sludge?
is it
Oh no, it's Coolidge. Okay, I completely fucked
Coolidge
that around.
Angsta?
Sphinx. I like Sphinx. Creep
Creep.
with a K. Okay.
Do it because
Well,
he's
obviously.
clearly a new metal guitar.
Right? Like,
So
and I guess the
Did
third
we
one
just-
they just picked for
did
you,
we
huh?
just start a rap rock band?
I think we did. Creep and Sphinx.
Yeah.
Am I'm controlling like no part of this.
Are you sure?
Okay, nope, I got it. The controls on this seem very,
Strange.
very... Like, I feel like I'm not really controlling the characters so much as I am just, like, making suggestions as to what they do. You can, like, obviously, you only control your team, so I'm
So
only
it's
the guys
a
in the,
so
in
it's
the
a
blue- in the
it,
blue
it
outfits,
is
but
like it is a chaos engine.
It is mostly just not very fun, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, it is kind of funny to watch.
Hell yeah! Ah, we almost had that
Oh, did we just get owned?
a little bit.
Oh.
Halfway
Oh.
across the court. Hell yeah!
Bitch. Yeah.
Creep has some fucking skills. What the hell?
I mean, again, he's clearly the front man of a new metal outfit.
Whoever said white man can't jump is a liar.
They never met Creep. This reminds me of that fucking Irish guy whose name I don't remember now. But there's like a famous, very good Irish basketball player. Probably more than one, but I'm thinking of the specific one.
Yeah, but just like
Oh no. Wow.
oh man, like but you like are the person who can Creep can jump the furthest.
No,
It's
fine.
insane.
The problem
It's
isn't
just-
like me not being able to score. I don't know how to keep them from scoring. Like once they get the ball, it just.
What you do is like if this
Barkley
this-
should have Barkley should have
Barky.
Jam Gaiden came out years ago. You're probably thinking of the sequel, and I think that actually got canceled or something.
yeah, there was some
After
like weird
after
stuff
years
with
of
that.
development hell.
Yeah, like it was
Yeah.
like partly a Kickstarter thing, and those kind of unfortunately have a tendency to get a little weird.
But see, the unfortunate problem with this situation here is that, despite the fact that this is clearly some like, straight basketball, we're not like it's not no holds barred enough because you can't like fucking punch people. You can't have a scrap.
It's just a friendly game, Trendy. Not everything needs to be fucking like
I've never
so you're not
fucking
allowed to hold
Fusion
someone-
Frenzy for the original Xbox.
So you're not allowed to like hold someone's head over the train tracks and tell them-
No, I'm not allowed to kill somebody by putting them on the L.
I wasn't saying to kill them. I was saying to just like,
Hey, did you guys hear that in
Get
the
them to say
audience? They
uncle.
went like, my bad. Did you hear that?
I mean, obviously, I didn't hear anything
There's like occasional voice clips, and I can't make most of them out.
because I live in the cone of silence.
The
The cone of shame.
Well, whenever
Yeah.
this game ends, we'll move on to another ROM.
Well, this one is... I don't know what this one's relationship to Tales of Games presents Chef Boyardee's Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden Chapter 1 of the Hoops Barkley Saga is. I'm not sure what its relationship to that game
I
is.
think
because-
It inspired it.
I think the lore, quote unquote, of
Yeah.
Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden was more based on the first Barkley Shut
Yeah.
Up and Jam game.
Yes.
Which means that
puts-
sadly, Creep is probably not in Gaiden.
Which is sad.
puts the canonicity of Barkley Shut Up and Jam 2 into question when when placed into relationship with the Hoops Barkley Saga.
Does this game ever end, or do we just keep going forever?
I
It's
mean,
eternal.
I mean, how long can you endure just endless new metal jock chants?
Like, this is surprisingly fun for a basketball game of this vintage, but like, I'm kind of over it at this point.
I mean, that's sort of like, again, that is exactly how I think most people feel about new metal.
Surprisingly fun for a basketball game of its vintage? That seems oddly specific.
I mean, not quite that, but I mean, it's a related
You guys
emotional
remember
sentiment.
How Limp Bizkit has a song that's basically just a Wu-Tang Clan song? Because it has a beat by DJ Mathematics, and most of the vocals are by Method Man. Like, Fred Durst is also on it, but not for very long.
Huh.
It's called End Together Now, and it's probably their best song, if only by technicality.
I mean, if you can't win by technicality,
Alright,
you know.
I think that's enough. Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, or Barkley Shut Up and Jam 2. College Football USA, stop. Wiz and Liz, the Frantic Wabbit Rescue. What the fuck is this?
Oh, yes. This sounds really dumb.
Wiz and Liz, the Frantic Wabbit Rescue.
Shouldn't it be Flantic Wabbit
I
Rescue?
was actually also thinking that. I don't think it's uwu talk though. I think it's.
Let's
Bugs
see,
Bunny
is
talk.
I'm not saying uwu talk.
Off-brand
I'm
Looney
saying
Tunes?
Looney Tunes
Far,
talk.
far away on the planet Pum, the Wabbits were happy.
Oh, is it Lemmings?
It might be Lemmings. That is.
That is until.
What a cinematic pan.
Until what?
The moon was angry.
Space
And-
dust comes out of a
Oh
cauldron
no!
and kidnaps them.
The
Oh,
weapons have been taken!
weapon! Not
Who
the
will
weapon!
save them?
save them.
not the wabbits.
What the fuck was that? What is this
Psych-
logo?
Psychosis.
Are you a
presents-
prog rock band?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Or cynosis.
It's like, yeah, Psygnosis. They've got even like
A fluffy game.
There's a big
Funny.
owl like that is not included as part of the logo there, but it's
Martin R. Chudley and Mike Waterworth.
I'm sorry, we
Those
keep
sound like
interrupting you,
fake
Trey.
English names.
Nah, you're good.
What were
Fake
you?
British names.
What were you saying about the big owl?
It's big and elaborate and has like an almost geometric sort of look to it. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Well, we gotta play
Let's-
as the frumpy old witch lady, right?
Yes, we have to be Liz.
Mix those fruit.
Oh
Pardon me?
yeah.
Ooh, is this? What the
You've got to
fuck?
mix fruit, apparently. You got to find another fruit. No, a different kind of fruit.
I guess, yeah. First ingredient collected.
Okay, just like, I guess add more fruit. We'll just throw that in there too. Let's see.
Alright, yeah, I guess.
Oh.
This is. This
Kind
is
of-
odd.
God,
The
what
Yes.
is this movement?
Door open.
Crazy.
Apprentice level
Apprentice,
1.
level one.
Lunarland. Collect the letters.
The letters. You gotta save the wabbits.
2 rounds. Snarf? What?
Yeah, okay.
Spell completed. Magic item collect. What am I playing?
Something very silly. It's like a really weird children's game.
I wonder if this is one of the few, charming? Yeah, right? Is
Yeah.
it supposed to be going this fast? I
Push
don't
start
know. I
button.
can turn it down.
Yeah.
See if that,
Push start button.
see if that makes it... Yeah, it's
Final
probably,
round.
probably running a little bit too fast. But,
Blebby?
Blebby.
Blebby?
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 So basically, I'm Blebby?
that was a good way to that was good.
I wanted to get all the bonus content.
Gotta give them extra wabbit.
Is this all it is?
Is this all there is?
Like, there's no, like, enemies or anything? Or obstacles, or...
I mean, I'm actually kind of okay with that.
I mean, maybe it is a kid's game.
I mean, I was thinking, it's like, this just seems like a really weird kids game.
The password is Kirkskpit. This music, though.
Liz and Liz. A platform game developed by Raising Hell Software by the Amiga and Sega Mega Drive, published by Psygnosis in '93. Humorous, cutesy platform game. With the exception of some end-of-level bosses, the game contains no enemies. Just shy of Fez level there. Damn. No enemies.
Well, we'll play
Woofy.
for a couple
Woofy.
rounds, I suppose. Like, I want to try to get all the bonus stuff. Because, like...
It's a spell, as in you spell it.
Oh. Hey,
Goodness.
hey, what's the address of Psygnosis Games? I just need to go have a conversation with them real quick.
Does the
They've been
conversation involve a blackjack?
They've been defunct
And-
for 7 years, bud.
So you gotta find their houses and then have a conversation involving a blackjack and their knees.
Goodness.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness,
This is bizarre
Honestly,
and kind of adorable.
if you were gonna buy a game for like your little kids in this era, you
Appropriate-
could probably have done worse than this.
A lot
appropriately
worse.
enough, guess who published Lemmings?
That was also a Psygnosis title, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Yeah.
Ma-
That I
This-
think I knew.
This
made by
visually,
TMA Design, who are now Rockstar North, creators of Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, published by the same guys as this.
it has that same weird British kids game vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
There was a
yes.
lot of games like this, but they were mostly... Well, you said this also came out on the Atari ST, right?
The Amiga.
The Amiga.
It was
they were
the Amiga.
mostly they were mostly computer games, not console games. So this getting a Genesis port, well, it would have been the Mega Drive over there, but this getting a Genesis port is pretty interesting. When are we playing Clock?
But yeah, Psygnosis became part of Sony in 1993, and was then after that renamed Sony Studio Liverpool, and operated for a good 20 years or so for a while as a Sony thing.
Huh.
Sony Studio. They made Wipeout.
Hey,
Hmm.
okay.
Interesting.
Like, so, kids game, and I'm fine with that. What's with the moon, though? It's angry sometimes. 2 rounds. Like, I don't get...
I mean, the moon's haunted. You know, moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
That's just
Moon's haunted.
that's just like all anyone needs to know, I think.
Moon's haunted.
Just assume that whatever it is, it's extremely cursed.
Well, there is a time limit, which I did notice.
5
we're not
seconds.
going to be able to get the last bunny. Oh wait, yes we are. No! Oh, wow. Wow! Okay.
The
Alright.
moon yawned when we did that. Flew it, rather.
Yeah, it's a W. Okay, so this does get harder, because they start giving you, like, a really short time limit to spell the word out.
Worm.
Where's the exit? Oh, you just disappear into thin air. That's a little terrifying.
2 lives left. Oh no!
What a weird little game.
I like this. It's very
Yeah,
endearing
it's fine, you know.
and yet also kind of bizarre.
It's like
Fluid.
it's interesting. This game is for epic speedrunners only. It's true. Easily
Yeah.
a standout so far, you think so? As
It's-
far as like actual quality, like quality and weirdness, yeah, I think I can see that argument. We'll do one more level and then we'll roll up another ROM.
I like rabbits. They're cute.
Rabbits
are good.
I got Cece a Score Bunny plushie for Christmas,
Yes.
Very nice.
which I can say
believe-
aloud
yes.
without spoiling it because I gave it to her already. Because you know,
Yes.
yeah,
Score Bunny is very good.
yes.
My favorite of the 3 starters.
I like all 3 of them. It's another gen where I like all 3 of them, but none of them are like an easy standout to me.
That's
That-
fair.
Is fair.
Happened
I-
last
I-
gen too.
I really like Sobble. I really like Sobble.
Sobble is a sad baby who grows up to become James Bond. I'm serious. That's what Inteleon is based off of,
Oh yes, absolutely.
like Secret Agent Man.
Secret agent man. Let's see. What incarnation of James Bond does Inteleon resemble most? I'm thinking maybe Timothy Dalton.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's the guy. Is that the guy I'm thinking of? He's like thin. He's got dark hair. Because I don't know the names of any of the Bond actors
He's the-
except
he
Sean
is-
Connery.
he's the Bond who got usually, like, he was kind of the lead in some of the silliest Bond films.
That tracks.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll
'Cause-
up another ROM here.
Because he's not gruff enough to be Daniel Craig.
In
And,
Sector
like-
X.
Holy shit!
What a
Inteleon
Great
is
title.
honestly, Inteleon is kind of hot.
Oh no.
Shredney, I'm
God-
going to
God-
destroy you.
God damn it!
I'm going
God-
to destroy you.
Not even kind of.
Shredney!
Inteleon is just hot.
Shredney!
God damn it!
Shredney! Stop! We're gonna play in Sector X now, which has maybe the best title of any game I've ever heard of. Oh, it's a shmup!
Oh, also, Drizzile is like
Alright.
such an emo teen. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Like
You guys
this.
digging this?
I mean, I was looking at Pokemon, but let's look. Oh, okay. This is a shmup.
Yeah, I'm a
Shmupping.
robot mosquito? This is Insector X. Which the word insector is spelled like inspector, but without the P.
So I
Insector.
guess it's sort of like how in Yu Yu
This is
Hakusho,
lame.
Yusuke is a spirit detective, quote unquote, except that means that he just like shoots things with his finger guns.
I mean, maybe, like, insector is not a real word. It's the thing.
But I mean, like, my point was, like that
Yeah,
he's,
no,
a detective, but actually that just he makes things explode with
Yeah.
spirit.
I make things
Energy.
explode with my mosquito lasers.
Because you're an insector.
Yeah, I'm so curious as to what the backstory for this game would be, because I'm sure this came with the manual when it's like on the distant planet of Febulok, something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. I've just decided that Inteleon is my new husband.
Shredney, I'm going to kill you.
Seriously, though.
I mean, I guess it's not any weirder than people being attracted to Gardevoir, but also I'm going to kill you.
Press start button to continue.
I was doing so well, and then I lost my secondary gun, and now I'm just eating shit. God damn it! The fucking locust with the crescent shot. It's too much.
It's too powerful.
Yeah. Also, why is my hitbox so big? Not that that's why I'm losing, because it's not, but that's really weird for a shmup.
So, I'm just remembering now the title of, yes?
Choose this
What?
anecdote carefully.
No, I was just thinking of
Alright.
the bizarre title of the first Butthole Surfers album.
Shredney.
Yes?
Return to the ocean.
Do you know what the title of the first Butthole Surfers is?
No! Why would I know that? Did the game just lock up? No, okay, that was a cutscene. Alright.
Because they're a fairly notable band.
Hey, you guys digging this aesthetic in the background? I'm pretty.
It is
Are you
very
in-
aesthetic.
Egypt?
I'm in Egypt, but also there's a giant caterpillar here.
Yeah.
It's like Egypt, Maya, Babylon.
Egypt, but fucked up.
Well, it's like a mixture of Egypt, the Maya, the Babylonians, and also there's a big caterpillar.
Hold up. Did I figure out the strat, and is the strat just strafe up and down over and over again? This is what Ancient Aliens is about? Hell yeah.
Yes.
Press upward
Yes.
to win. Press downward
Okay, never mind. I take it back. I fucking hate these locust guys. They're like the only things that take more than one shot to destroy.
And they also have like the worst
Whoa,
attack pattern.
I have another weapon now? Or something? What is this? I can switch between blue and red, but what does that actually do?
It's a good question.
So I says to Mabel, I'm gonna work you over with a steamroller.
What?
I don't know either.
I know what I says to Mabel, I says to Strom. I don't know what the rest of that was.
I don't even know.
And she says, "Hey,
We
I
doing
dare
okay? We doing
I dare
okay,
ya.
everybody?
also George,
My connection just refreshed itself for no reason.
that'll do it."
Are you refreshed?
I'm something.
Do you want a refreshment? Shred me. Shred me.
Would you
Shred
like
me.
a beverage?
Shred me.
Would
Shred
you like
me.
Yes.
a beverage?
I'm going to pour some soda into my USB connection so you can have some.
That seems like a dangerous game you're playing, Jane.
No, that's how that works. So, like, you seem to have infinite continues, and I can't believe I'm complaining about this. But that seems like it makes the game rather easy.
Perhaps it cranks up the tempo in later levels of the video.
Oh, never mind. Okay, you can just get a game over. Never
Dang.
mind! Alright, well,
That was a cell phone.
evidently. But, yeah, that was in Sector
This is
X.
too easy. Bomb.
I also just almost accidentally hit the end stream button, so that would have been pretty great.
Yeah.
Let's get a new... Oh, good. The Ren and Stimpy show. Stimpy's Intervention. Whoops. You guys excited to play the Ren and Stimpy licensed game that I didn't know existed until just now?
Oh no.
I fucking hate
Oh,
Ren and Stimpy.
no.
I've talked about this before. Oh, did it just crash?
Oh no.
All right. We'll try one more time, but if it doesn't load it again, then
Like
you know.
if you can't load it.
If I can't load it, I can't load it. That's out of my hands.
I
The
mean, I
emulator is doing its best to protect us from the wrath of
Not
Crystal
loaded
Lucy.
this time.
Ah, dang.
suppose. Oh no.
I've talked about this before. I fucking can't stand Ren and Stimpy. Like, I hate looking at it. I hate its sense of humor. Obviously, John Crickfalusi is a piece of shit. Like, I just don't like anything about it.
I used to be a fan.
I don't hold liking it against anybody. It's just like, you know, there's some things that are like, oh, this is my thing. Ren and Stimpy is like
The opposite of that.
my thing. Yeah, like I have just like a very instinctual negative reaction to it.
There are certain things that I enjoy and admire about it, but it is also very weird in a way that I'm not sure I totally vibe with.
Yo, the jumping is this. Hold on. Like the jumping is this animation where you like get on his back and then
And he goes boing.
that's just annoying.
And you jump and you
can
keep jumping into a
You
hole.
can very easily just careen into these fissures.
Abysses. And then wind up starting back at the beginning.
I feel like even if I did like Ren and Stimpy, I wouldn't really care for this.
Yeah, this isn't very good.
You emerge from the bottomless pits courtesy of Powdered Toast Man.
Powdered Toast Man?
I
Powdered
mean,
toast, man.
You know, as
like,
one does. I also like I don't
mean,
seem to be able to hurt any of these enemies, which is pretty weird because I have a
at
weapon.
least, like I was
Oh, there we
actually
go.
thinking that it's like, oh, huh, like there are at least, I guess, salient details that I don't know.
It's a weird little game. I'll tell you that much.
It's just like it exists. I guess that's the life lesson here. This game exists.
I'm not putting myself or any of y'all through this anymore. Let's throw something else. Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighter. Now there's a promising game title. Let's go.
My fucking God.
Lethal Enforcers 2 : Gunfighters.
Lethal Enforcers. Like, Lethal Enforcers 1 is just Lethal Enforcers, but Lethal Enforcers 2 is Gunfighter.
This came out the year I was born.
Courtesy of Konami.
I was born in the
Sega.
year of the Gunfighters. Thank you. Konami. Remember when Konami made video games?
Remember when Konami didn't screw their workers into just completely hating their lives?
And
oh god, is this a light gun game?
Oh no,
Is
it's a light gun game.
Is this one of the ones that's designed for the
Okay,
Justifier?
okay, nope, I got it.
Oh man.
I bet
Okay.
you probably used the Konami Justifier on this game.
Well, remember when we had a whole thing about the Justifier? The last time we did this segment, like a billion years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh, you just shot an innocent victim because you're a horrible person.
For those not
Okay, I
in the
get it.
For those not
Yeah, go
in the know about the shapes and forms lore, the Konami Justifier was a light gun accessory that actually was brought up as part of the Supreme Court hearings that led to the creation of the ESRB.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Basically, the moral guardians that were really concerned about the video games rotting our youth, or whatever, used its existence as a primary example of how video games cause violence in children or whatever. But it's a bright blue light gun accessory, meaning that its resemblance to anything along the lines of a true weapon is slim at best.
yeah, it's cartoony.
It's
Yeah.
gun shaped.
Like
It's-
the letter L. You guys remember that case a year ago where, a fucking teacher called the cops on a kid because he bit a Pop-Tart into the rough shape of a gun and was going, bang bang?
What the fuck?
That happened in, 2010 or so.
I recall that I was sent to the guidance counselor on at least one occasion for drawing a thing that had a knife in it, and there was the assumption that I might have problems based on that. And of course everyone knew it was bullshit, but it was just there was the assumption that because of it's they were immediately reacting to anything like that.
God.
Well, you had one night to be confused and one night to speed up truth.
What?
We had a promise made. It's the only song by that band that I know.
What
That
band?
anybody
The Knife.
the knife.
Oh!
It's
Two copper
Heartbeats.
hands all above to lean on.
It's a very
I'm
good
more
song.
familiar with their. Well, it's actually was their last album, which was Shaking the Habitual, which is apparently not exactly out of character, but it does intensify a lot of the weirder stuff about them. And the song that comes to mind always is When you are full of fire, what is the object of your desire?
Also, like, all talk about the justifier aside, this game seems fine.
Yeah, it's a shooting gallery.
It's a shooting gallery, yeah. I wasn't really expecting the Old West title, like the Old West theme from the title.
Yeah, it's like lethal enforcers, gunfighters. I guess gunfighters is like so corny that it had to be something like that.
Well, like a gunfighter is like a West,
I know.
like an Old West shooter. It's just not a term you hear very often anymore. Also, wow,
Yeah.
this gets hard.
Yeah.
Shout out, by the way, to all these extremely crunchy voice clips that I can barely hear. Eat land.
Eat land.
It's really good. You ain't gonna get me, Sheriff.
Ain't
gonna get me, Sheriff.
This shit is...
Oh no, it's the boneless pizza sheriff.
What?
It's just
God
that was what is it called? Like one of those meme confluences that occurred years ago that has stuck with me, that has haunted me to this day.
Huh. The guns were originally designed for use with the home versions of Konami's Lethal Enforcers games, although
There
they
you
are
go.
compatible with some other games as well. Full circle. I know my shit.
The funny thing is
Yeah.
that this like works perfectly fine with the gamepad. And I've heard that the Enforcer isn't actually a very good light gun, so I almost wonder if this isn't the better way to play the game. Oh, there's a
Yeah.
boss fight? What? Wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
Alright, we'll fight
So
this
you
guy
have to-
and then we'll move on to the next game.
There's something kind of unsettling about having things fly at your face.
I mean, it's a first-person shooter, basically.
Yeah, it's like an
So it's a
very
real
early
shooter.
first-person shooter.
Speaking
thing.
of which, I found out, speaking of rail shooters, I found out that there's an Xbox One port of Panzer Dragoon Orta that you can buy digitally, and that is the only time I have been even remotely interested in that console.
I have
For the what?
console, although I don't have the Panzer Dragoon port.
Panzer
For,
Dragoon Orta for the Xbox
That'd be
One.
That'd be
for the
kind of neat to
Xbox
get
One,
though,
okay.
because like it was to go back to another topic that was included in one of our previous episodes. Panzer Dragoon Orta was included as one of the demos on one of the exhibition discs that my dad had as a kid. Well, my dad had when I was a kid, because I mean, he was an adult when the Xbox came out.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, we had the full game. We had the Xbox release.
Hey,
and,
do you have to shoot all of the cannonballs, or are you actually able to shoot the guy?
I don't think, like, I tried shooting the guy. Oh, his health does go down. It just goes down very slowly. Okay.
So you need to shoot the
whittle him
balls
down.
and shoot the man.
Okay.
Shoot
But,
the man's
um,
and the ball.
But,
I was about to say, shoot the man in the balls.
But what I was gonna say is, we had the original Xbox release of Panzer Dragoon Orta. And
Which actually, if it's a, I'm not sure if it would work if it were a remaster, but if it's the original Xbox version of Panzer Dragoon that's able to be played on the Xbox One, then your disc that you would have from like the original Xbox would still work.
we don't have it anymore. My stepdad sold all of our fucking original Xbox games in a yard sale like 10 years ago.
That's a crime.
It is a crime. Especially because he was like an early adopter of the Xbox. I've told the story before, but we were one of the first 1,000 or so families that wasn't like Microsoft employees to get Xbox Live accounts.
Wow.
Yeah. But we had the original version, and the funny thing about that was, like, apparently his one friend had played it and didn't like it, so he got it because he thought I would like it because it had a dragon on the cover.
Well,
Which was correct, just not for the reasons he thought.
so sometimes
Which game was this?
Panzer Dragoon Orta, Trendy.
What is Panzer Dragoon Order again?
Like, one of the best games ever made. It's a rail shooter.
Okay.
I don't really know how to describe it. How would you describe the Panzer Dragoon series, Trey?
You fly on a dragon's back and like fight monsters in the air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, I have heard of this.
The dragon spits lasers out of its mouth.
Yes, I now know what you're talking about.
It is like one of my favorite games ever. And I would love to have an opportunity to play it again. I actually saw, like, it's one of the games that you get with the Xbox Game Pass, but it's one of the ones that you can only play on the console, because there's no PC port of it. Which
Wait,
is,
that means that I could play it if I wanted.
You could, and you should.
Neat.
Because it's really good.
Yeah.
It's also
I remember, like,
has, like, a very strange plot.
I remember liking the demo.
Yeah, it's a real good time. It's also pretty short. I think it's like a 4 or 5 hour campaign to complete if you play well.
I love how we all have like that one at least one, if not several, old like 2000s core things that like are little known now but we're absolutely obsessed with.
Yeah, well, like, a lot of people who are into Panzer Dragoon consider Order the best game of the series, which is funny, because the original team that included the Panzer Dragoon, like, the original Panzer Dragoon designer, did not work on Orta. It was done by Smilebit, the Fusion Frenzy people. Or not Fusion Frenzy, Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio
sorry.
Fusion.
Different, like, random word salad title video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Jet Set Radio people. And I think it's the best game in the franchise by, like, a long shot. Granted, I also like the other two, or the other three. But, you know. Also, dang, everybody left.
Oh.
I think. Or maybe there's just nobody talking right now.
I assume that it's just that nobody's talking right now.
My hands. Hello, hands.
Still here, just vibing.
I'm gonna switch to something else now, because, like, my fingers hurt.
We vibing. They love it. We vibing, vibing, vibing.
Did you just get shot? And die?
Oh my god. But I don't know why the fuck that was so funny to me.
There's just something cinematic about it.
The words scrolling on the screen. The stage holdup. You guys didn't get to hear the fucking voice sample, which is what really killed it for me.
Stage holdup.
So, the original Lethal Enforcers... The original Lethal Enforcers was actually about police. So, in Chicago.
Oh yeah,
so, like,
I guess that makes more sense.
Wait, did we play that last time?
Maybe? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the VOD. We did look at something that was Justifier compatible, but I don't remember if it was...
Yeah, that might have been it. Because it played similarly to this, but wasn't as good, seeming.
Anyway, we're gonna take a break and run some ads. And then when we get back,
we'll
play more Sega Genesis games.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
See, the funny thing is I was actually going to play some SNES games also, but, like, people seem to really be enjoying the Genesis stuff, so...
Okay, cool.
Let's do more of that.
When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this.
I might try to do, like, now that I have
We're
the
gonna
stuff...
keep playing Seggy Weggy.
Seggy Weggy. Now that I have the
Seggy
stuff for it, like, we might do one of these, like, once a month or so, maybe. I think that would be,
Okay.
I think that would be
We're
fun.
just gonna keep
Weggy.
playing Genesis Seggy Weggy.
I will be right back.
Sega. Sega Saturn.
I
Oh
think
my
I've
God.
given myself brain damage.
Shredby hurt itself in its confusion.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
it's just. Oh dear Lord. I'm gonna have to wait until Jane gets back for the maximum impact of the comment that I want to make, but
Nope. I'm scared.
just to make her suffer.
You know it does. You know it does.
You know what I'm gonna say, right? Though
I do. I think I have an idea.
it's just like it is a request for the chat. Oh.
The stage hold up.
The stage.
I quickly have to use the restroom. I'll be back in a sec.
Alright. The stage hold up.
Stay.
The stage hold up.
Rolling Star.
Are the ads over yet? Yes, they just ended. Okay, let's see what we're playing next. Random. Tom and Jerry's Frantic Antics. Alright. Why not?
Is it? I'm pretty sure that's what we engage in on the show.
Frantic Antics? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Thunder Force 2's on here. I hope we get that at some point. I like Thunder Force.
Todd's Adventures in
Hold up.
Slime World.
Hold up. There's two... You seeing this? There's two.
It got a re-release.
Which one did it pick? It picked the 1994 one. Okay. That's weird. I wonder what the difference is. Maybe it was just like a Game of the Year thing. Did they do that back then? Developed by High Tech Expressions? That's a Christmas card company.
Yep. They went from that to making Videogums.
Oh yeah, I saw an LGR episode about that once, now that I think of it.
They sure did.
Hey Shredney. Hey Shredney.
Oh no.
Tom and Jerry time.
Oh no.
Tom and Jerry kids.
Get back home, but watch out for Spike. Do we play as Tom or Jerry?
Yes.
Fair.
Also, I have a request for the chat. So my Twitter is at Not Convincing, and most of you know my Discord, and just please, chat, I implore you. Send me risque Intellion fan art, please.
Shredney, next time.
Just really good
God.
Intellion fan art.
Shredney.
Any smut you
Shredney?
find. Like good smut.
Shredney.
Quality smut.
Shredney! You are violating the Twitch terms of service.
Am I?
Yes! Shut up!
Oh,
You
boy.
cannot solicit pornography on Twitch. That's in the TOS.
Oh. Well. Alright. Okay, fair.
Shut up before we get fucking reported.
God damn it. God damn it.
I'm sorry that you're horny for a lizard, but it's not my problem.
I'm not even saying that for that reason. I just, like... Also, just, like, not even risque fan art. Just good fan art.
Shred me.
Because it's a good design.
Shred me.
Period.
This is what I
That was
have
a
to deal with.
big fish.
What was a big fish? Vince Staples, the big fish theory.
Voodoo Vince Staples.
Voodoo Vince Staples. Oh yeah, Trey, you like weird platformers from the 2000s.
Yes.
You ever play
Hence
Oddworld
the
Monsters
reference.
Odyssey?
I think that I remember playing the demo for it on, again, one of the exhibition discs,
That's
but
fair.
I never actually played the whole thing.
That was one of those games that I really liked as a kid, and I played it again semi-recently. It does not hold up at all.
Yeah.
Just absolutely horrible camera controls, among a couple other issues.
Weird cover. Really
weird cover, yeah.
Yeah. That's the primary thing that I remember about it, because it has the whole Mountain Dew sort of aesthetic to the promotional material for it, which is fitting because Oddworld in general has that whole very corporate criticism, satire bullshit going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's real in your face.
It is. This game is really boring.
It looks dull.
This is just yup, it's a platformer.
Yeah, it does look like that. I was just sort of thinking about...
What the fuck?
That really... So,
Yeah.
It was actually, Miron was the first to mention this a while back, but I was reminded of it by Anthony Fantano talking about his worst singles of 2019. That Vic Mensa has a quote-unquote rock project.
Yeah.
And apparently it's even worse than Logic's attempts.
It's not very good, is what I
Which
heard.
are apparently even worse than Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
I don't know, man. I listened to Speeding Bullet to Heaven, and that's not.
Yeah,
a
but
good
you
album.
didn't listen to Supermarket.
I didn't,
was,
to be fair.
Okay, it wasn't quite as bad as Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, in my opinion.
I'm gonna switch to
but
a different route.
Was really, really bad.
McDonald's Treasureland Adventure.
In the realm of music, that's actually kind of exciting. Kaytranada put a new album out.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
I haven't gotten the chance to listen to it yet, but I want to.
It's all this good stuff the picker could be giving us, and we get McDonald's Treasureland Adventure. You know, McDonald's. The restaurant?
Yes, I know. One day, as Ronald was walking in the magical forest, he found a small piece of paper under a big tree. What's this? It looks like a piece of a treasure map.
Fucking talk sprite. It sure does, given that it says treasure map on it, you fucking
I wonder where the rest of the
clown.
map is. What Ronald didn't know is that 3 bad guys each had a piece of the map. Okay, Ronald said with a smile, let's go on a treasure hunt.
I like that one of the
So-
bad guys is an apple.
With a piece of the map in his hand, Ronald Magical forest start.
Is this a platformer?
Yes.
Okay, this might actually be okay then. What? Hold up!
What was that thing that you just killed?
Apparently, first of all, why does... Like, you guys looking at this sprite?
Yes, it's
What's
horrifying.
going on here?
It's fucking horrifying.
Also, apparently, Ronald McDonald can cast, elemental magics?
Yes,
Like,
and
what?
he's killing cute monsters. Cute monsters that are far less terrifying than him, just proving the fact that you are the villain in this story!
Why does this look like a fucking Alex Kidd stage?
Because you are the villain.
I guess it is
You
a
are
Genesis
the
game.
evil
The
monster
most powerful planeswalker, Ronald McDonald.
Yes! Yes, you are like Nicol Bolas, but lame.
You still with us, Trey? Uh-oh.
Trey. Oh no. Oh no, what happened to Trey?
Let's see. He's not in the call.
He'll be back in a few minutes. Okay.
No, that was from a while ago.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
I
He'll be in
assume his
forgot. Oh,
internet
sorry.
went kaput. Hopefully
Oh,
he's back
that
soon.
sucks.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's good that he's missing this if he has to miss anything.
Because this is pain. This looks like... Not even that the game structurally is bad, but just looking at this is not making me happy.
No, that's the worst part, is that the game's, like, fun.
Oh no.
It's just you have to deal with the endless guilt of playing as Ronald McDonald and killing all of these, like, woodland gnomes and shit.
Because you're pure evil incarnate.
What is, like...
What is this shit?
Who is this for?
He looks like he's... his walk is vaguely obscene.
You can tell by the way I use my walk. Man, no time to talk.
Oh, fucking God.
Keep on trucking. It does look like the keep on trucking guy.
Oh, no.
Keep on trucking.
Oh, no.
Fuck me running.
It's
a turn of phrase. God.
No. I was politely declining, Jane.
I need to stop saying that. Apparently that's like a regionalism and nobody else in the world says it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just think it's funny.
That's because you are a grown adult ferret with the sense of humor of a 12-year-old ferret.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
I hate that this is, like, competently made and reasonably fun. It's almost worse than if it was just awful.
Yeah.
I don't get how fire... I guess these are supposed to be, like you know when magicians, like, pull a bunch of colored cloths out of their
Yes,
hand?
No, that's exactly what I
guess that's what that's supposed to be? Gold.
Yeah, it's a bunch of scarves that you pull out of your...
Then this is just like you cast ice magic.
And then at another point you do apparently cast what appears to be fire magic. Which is weird.
No, I originally thought this was a flame.
I mean, okay. It is just the
It's scarves in the McDonald's.
That little monster there is cute. Don't hurt that thing. Well, you start out by just murdering the fuck out of it.
Is that a Furby?
It's like a less horrible Furby. Because Furbies are kind of terrifying. I do love the weird modded ones, though, which are, like, overtly terrifying.
Yeah, there's, like, a Furby modding community. Not sure what's up with that.
They do it because it is amazing and good and
I'm
necessary.
not judging. I'm just like, I wonder how that happened. You guys digging this
Randall.
fucking terrifying tree? Hello, Trey.
Rindle
Welcome back.
McDindle.
Yeah, we're Ronald McDonald and we're murdering yokai.
Good.
Yeah, like
As
we
as
are.
any self-respecting capitalist clown should.
Yeah, we're fucking evil.
You
We're
guys
an evil
seen
clown.
those pieces of fan art where it's like the Joker is in prison and Ronald McDonald bails him out? And
Oh,
the
no.
lore in the universe of the fan art is that they're related. I have seen more than one picture that is that.
I mean,
Hey, the internet.
let's get
The
real.
internet was a mistake.
Let's get real. That's not.
What are you talking
impossible
about?
to
That
me.
shit's hilarious.
I mean, the internet was a mistake, but for other reasons.
This is the last time, Jack.
Why are we allowing them to be reunited? They're gonna collect the 6 Chaos Emeralds and try to take over the world.
Ronald McDonald chuckled. You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Oh no! What?
You don't know Obama chuckled, you mean the Chaos Emeralds?
I forgot about that. I think
Alright.
I've blanked it from my memory because
you know,
I don't want to suffer.
for a second there, I thought that was a Caterpie.
You think they send
Of
Ronald
course, he's
out
murdering Pokemon.
to
That's
scout
just the kind of person he is.
Ronald
the
Mc-
locations in this idyllic forest that doesn't need to be ruined by human input whatsoever. You think he's scouting it out to be like, where can we put our first McDonald's location in this area?
Exactly.
Like, here's the thing, right? Like, do you think the people who made this knew on some level? Because look at Ronald's sprite, and then look at how nice every other sprite in the game is by comparison.
Yes. They wanted to be working on
I
something
hate how
else.
he jumps. Yeah, me too.
He's upsetting. He's so upsetting.
This is some Five Nights at Freddy's shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, it really is upsetting.
It's not good, I'll tell you that.
You are an invader in this space.
You are a dark force that has entered this land and corrupted it.
Here's a challenge for you, okay? If any, like, experienced game designer ever sees the VOD for this, I want a sequel to this game where you play as, like, the Apple guy, or one of the other bosses, and you have to undo the dark work of Ronald McDonald.
Undo the dark work of Ronald McDonald.
Honestly, that would be a great premise for an original title. Actually,
It would. You have
Like,
to,
just
like, you have to make it like, oh, it's, Ronley McDongley.
Wrongly McDongley? That's
the hot dog queen or whatever came and
Undo the
Thought that
evil,
the
evil
Dark
magic
Lord
of...
of Burgerberg.
thought that she was creating an idyllic new world, but actually just screwed over all the
Yo,
animals.
okay, I'm sorry that we keep
ruined
coming
everything.
back to this, but his sprite when he crouches and then uses his magic is the worst thing ever.
That's cursed.
Ooh,
Yes,
ahoo,
It
ahoo.
looks like he's pulling it out of his ass.
Oh, look at me, I'm Ronald McDonald.
It does. It
Look at my
looks like
magic.
he's pulling it out of his ass.
Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. I fucking hate this game. Like, I hate that it's good and well made.
Yeah, that's actually the worst thing about it.
Am I stuck in the water? Okay, maybe I could... Okay, yeah, there we go. But, like, look at how nice all this sprite work is, except for Ronald. Like...
And he just... He... No!
I hate that.
Yes!
Wow.
The
Wow,
tides,
really
they
bad.
rise!
He's like a fucking... He is an avatar of Nyarlathotep. Like, there is no question in my mind at this point.
This is
He
some
is
quality shit, right here.
The flesh and blood entity.
Chaos!
The flesh and blood entity of the Grand Old Ones.
It's the mouth of the outer gods.
Oh shit.
Opening to
Oh, shit,
devour
what the
all
fuck?
of mankind.
What did I just do? I'm just gonna walk into this cave.
Speaking
No
of
ba-
mouths...
Oh.
Terraforming the earth and recreating it in your own image.
Oh, so you're going to kill a
Um,
giant dragon by murdering it from the inside, like the monster you are.
Ronald McDonald was the devil.
This game is existentially troubling.
Oh, God.
You know
on
what?
some heart of
You know
darkness
what?
shit.
Yeah.
You know what? Just gonna let you die.
You deserve it.
Eh.
Rest in hell, clown.
Oh, CC is in the chat instead of the letter O.
Oh, no.
We're gonna switch to a different round now.
We're going to switch to
Miracle
something...
piano teaching system. Okay, I was hoping we'd get like Sonic Spinball or something. This game walks so Spec Ops The Line can run.
Software Toolworks presents.
I don't think this is even a game. I think this is like a music teaching tool.
The Miracle Piano Teaching System.
Yeah, sure.
Are you an adult or a child?
I'm baby. Arcade?
I'm baby.
Ode to Joy. Ducks. What the fuck? You guys getting anything out of this?
It's a rhythm game.
But it's not, though, because, like, I can't press any of the buttons without restarting the level.
Oh. What?
What the hell?
Maybe, like, it's just mapped really strangely. That's unfortunate.
Okay, Ode to Joy, Robot Man. Classics of game! Alright, I just don't know what the hell this is, to be honest with you. Also, sorry about that on you guys' end. Master of Monsters, this sounds good.
Obey your master!
I want to be a master of monsters. I have no idea, Eric.
Master! Master!
I mean, what came to my mind was,
Oh, it's crashing.
you know,
again. Why does that
in
just
the
happen sometimes?
presence of another world, there is no emptiness.
You good,
And
Tony?
then when that song switches up, you know, your master
I
is a
don't. I have no
monster.
idea what you're singing.
It's a Blue Oyster Cult song.
I don't know any Blue Oyster Cult songs.
It's
besides
from
Godzilla.
Imaginos.
You know, don't
Pretty good
fear the
album.
Reaper.
Okay,
Come on.
and don't fear. That doesn't count. You guys liking this?
But In the Presence of Another World is actually rather good.
Oh man,
Yes.
she is cut.
Yeah. You guys.
Yeah.
You guys
Wow,
liking
that's-
whatever's going on here?
Good lord.
I mean, it's
Continue.
something.
Camp
Something's happening.
Camp 2.
I mean, it is pretty camp.
Data error?
Data era.
Oh. Okay.
Just, oh yeah, you have to master.
Mister. Player.
Start.
Magic.
Oh god, is this a strategy game?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
It is, and I have no idea how to play it.
My body is ready.
Daimyo.
Move. Move. Okay. How do I end my turn? Okay, there we go.
Bridge paper inscribed with...
We will play this for only a very short amount of time because it's kind of hard to play, like... It's kind of hard to play a strategy
Things that
game
require you to actually do a think are not a good fit for this program.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Can I do
Like
a
this is
magic?
not a this is not a stream for like, I don't know.
Intellectualism? Because that's great.
I was gonna say this is not a stream where we would do, say, I don't know, Pathologic 2.
Well,
You know?
we're intellectuals. We just accompany it with a heavy side of its absurdism.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. And
Wait,
and
does it actually say marmaid instead of mermaid? It does. That's great.
Yeah.
Marmaid.
And also me unintentionally violating the Twitch terms of service for a joke. I did not mean to do that.
I didn't
But did
think you did.
But did you
also...
intend to violate the NAP?
I mean, yes. But...
Okay, like... As pretty as this is, I don't really think we can get much out of this. This is nice battle
I mean, this
animations.
seems like a game that could be rather cool if you know...
Knew what
Had-
the hell we were
Had,
Knew
doing.
what
had
the
the
hell we were
manual, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it. Let's roll up another one here.
It's sort of like
Captain
one of those video
America
games...
and the Avengers.
Okay,
Alright.
I
Lapton.
am...
Get down with some Captain America on occasion. As long as
Captain-
it's not,
Cap-
I'm not really fond of the MCU incarnation, but I'm not.
Although
shocking
I...
East.
Oh man, it's
Oh,
the Red
it's
Skull.
the Red Skull.
Holy shit.
or Crimson Skull, I forget. Oh, you don't have. You can play as Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, or who the fuck is this?
Oh god, I half recognize that character.
All right,
I just
so,
don't know that character's name.
Like
but I do
Dr.
recognize
Manhattan, fascist, patriot, bowman. Is that the Vision? It might be the Vision.
Well, not fascist objectivist.
Well,
Depends on the incarnation.
That
I feel
is
like
true.
if it were, so it could be Vision if they needed to change his colors.
This
'Cause,
is
like-
Captain America and the Avengers. Yeah. I'll play as
'Cause-
him. I like his weird like alien Superman aesthetic he's got it going on.
Red
By
Skull
itself.
seeks to conquer the world.
What else do you need, right?
He used his wealth to assemble his evil team. He has used a mind control machine to bring them under his
Wait,
power.
hold on,
Wait,
did
he
he-
already brought them in with money!
Did he pay
Now
them or
he
did he
shows
mind
them
control
every
them? Like
action.
what?
Well, I guess he's like Bondra.
Go at once, Avengers. Try to crush
in-
his evil scheme.
In the Edafront arc of Made in Abyss. I'm not going to explain that any further, partly because spoilers and partly because
Gretny, I'm going
make
to
no sense.
I'm going to throw you into the sea.
So yeah, I guess they changed his color palette just so that he would be easily
Leave it to me.
recognizable compared to Iron Man.
Oh, it's a beat 'em up. All right,
Who is this guy?
the Vision.
Oh,
He's like
I don't remember.
I
him.
actually don't know like
particularly.
anything about this character. He's like Superman, but like even more of an alien, right?
He's like,
Is that the idea?
I think he's an android though.
Oh, he's an android.
Yeah, built by Hank Pym after Ultron. Like, essentially, he's the successful version of what Ultron was an attempt at making.
Oh,
Kind
okay.
of like
okay.
Like a benevolent.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Trey, but why was I programmed to feel pain? Father!
Oh boy.
That's, I mean,
Why should
but
it
that
go,
does.
though?
Then, I mean, we can just narrate what he's feeling here. It's like, why was I programmed to feel the ouchies? when they do the punchman punching on me, why was I programmed to suffer the bruisey McOozies?
As far as the specific reason why he was programmed to feel pain, being that Hank Pym is an asshole, it depends on the incarnation. But yes, generally speaking, yeah, Hank is not great.
This is reasonably fun. I want to play more
What a
River City
dick.
Girls now.
Oh, that could be fun on this show.
I have it on my Switch, and streaming off of the Switch is like
A bitch.
a nightmare. Especially the Switch Lite might actually just be impossible.
With the Switch Lite, it's a fright.
Yeah, but like it's not. Like I would love to, but it's just not really doable. Also, River City Girls has like a plot, so I don't know.
I
if
mean,
it's
that's
really a
true,
good fit for the
but
show. There's like a lot of voice acting.
oh, true. Also, yeah.
It's a good game though. One of my favorites that came out this year. I don't say that lightly. It's been a pretty.
Yes,
strong
I
game.
mean, I've heard it is quite good
It is.
from many different people.
Also, I have one of the main characters as my avatar on Discord right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You cannot escape.
You will be the one escaping.
Thank
What
you,
does that
Bird.
mean, Vision?
Just thank you, Bird. I am laughing inside.
Jesus.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, now we're Iron Man. I guess it's one of those ones where you change your
Oh.
character after you lose a life.
That makes sense. Yeah, so I guess it's just once they work their way through all the Avengers, then, you know, they're just stuck with having to fight Spider-Man. And it's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
No, after they get through all the Avengers, they gotta go through the X-Men, and then after the
Oh.
X-Men, it's
Fair.
who the fuck is that like new-ish superhero team? That's like the X-Men but different somehow. It's like the Ultra Humans or something.
The Inhumans.
The Inhumans.
guess.
That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
And then they're
like,
also
maybe the Eternals, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, not the Guardians of the Galaxy. I know that.
I mean, eventually you'll get to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
As I would play a video game where you can play as like comic book Star Lord. I like his helmet. It's weird. I don't know nearly
Just
as much about Marvel as I
Be
do about
just
DC,
be
to
Rocket
fair.
Raccoon and bite people. Just you know that is peak performance. Whether you like
Orland's
the way it
attack
looks or
was
not.
just a setup.
Other towns are being taken over.
Why do they carry?
Hurry, Avengers.
Well, okay, I get why. I mean, they are superheroes, but why are they taking over small towns?
You know.
And why is it called Target Town? Because
think-
it's a target.
I think that might be like an attempt at being witty, like Target, comma, or like Target colon town.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the
Sure.
Target is a town, but it
Yeah, I
doesn't
assumed
really...
that, but
I think
still.
this gives me the impression that it was originally written in Japanese, or at least some of their language, and then
yeah.
translated into English.
That makes sense. Ugh.
This is another one where I'm really sad you guys are missing out on the extremely good voice samples.
I can imagine.
Captain America.
Captain America.
This looks like the opening of Mega Man. This scene right here.
Mega Man.
Thank
Wonder
you,
Man.
Wonder Man.
Mega Man just, like... I do not like Mega Man aesthetically.
You don't like Mega Man?
It just kind of, not really, no.
He's blue.
He's,
Hey, Hey, this
his
is the
head
best.
is weird.
Well, it always looks weird when they try to like make it in modern games, but I like the original, like the look of the original Mega Man games. Quite a bit.
I'll take a look at the original, but yeah,
the old
I don't
Acorn
know.
ones for like the NES and stuff.
I
Shoots
will.
lemons.
Well,
He does
what?
shoot his bullets, they look like lemons.
Okay, in this case, it's not lemons. It's the shield just going
Well, no,
kaboing.
Mega Man, not this.
I know. I'm just saying that.
I really love
knew
these
what you were
sound
talking
effects,
about.
by the
Just
way.
saying.
Clam, claw, pow, blam.
Blam. Pow.
I mean, I like the way that
Oh.
Sonic looks a lot. Like, I don't,
Games
I don't
with
really-
written sound effects are very good.
yeah. I don't really care for the character design of Sonic all that much, but I like the way the actual game looks a lot.
Also, I think you found the strap.
Yeah, just be Captain America, apparently.
Yeah, just be Captain America and like.
W. Oh, it's the Wasp.
Oh, okay.
This is,
Well-
What's up, Janet?
she had a role in the Avengers cartoon I liked that came out like about a decade ago. I
Huh.
mostly liked it because it reminded me a lot of Justice League Unlimited, but you know, that's not a bad thing for a cartoon to do.
I mean, yeah.
Was
Is
that
any-
the Earth's Mightiest Heroes one?
I think so. It was the one where Gravitron was the first like arc villain, or Graviton, or whatever that guy's name is. The dude who can control gravity, who was like not a very commonly used character, to my understanding.
I mean, if you really think about it, controlling gravity is a fucking brutal power.
Well, yeah, but like he usually gets sidelined because like he's pretty similar to Magneto in terms of power.
I mean, magnetism is very different.
Yes, okay, but like, I mean, like, they're
Basically, people don't know actually what to do with him.
yeah, sure.
Is the point? Because they have no creativity. So
But the one I'm thinking of is the one where Graviton was like the arc villain of the first bit. I like that show. Wasp was the main character in that, which is why I thought of it when we got the Wasp power up.
yeah,
I'll kill
okay.
you all.
That one didn't have a voice sample for some reason.
I'll kill you all.
Yeah, you know. Oh, wow.
I'll kill you all.
Okay, suddenly it's Gradius.
Oh, cute.
Shredney, are you okay?
I must break you.
Boxing movies, they exist.
I've never seen Rocky. I feel like I should at some point, just because it seems like it's like unintentionally funny.
Well, that's one of the later Rocky films. The original
Well, yeah,
Rocky
no,
is
I-
apparently fine.
I meant the later ones. Like the original one's apparently just like a good movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I've talked about this before on the show. Like I just never. I just don't watch films unless
That
they're
is totally fair.
animated. Which is one of those
But-
things that people think is really weird because of like society.
Society, which apparently we live in, I guess.
Yeah, we live in one of those also. But like, it's one of those things because like if somebody says that they don't play video games, nobody's like, oh, that's weird. If you say you don't really watch live action movies, everybody's like, what? That's crazy. It's just not my preferred medium. I have seen
yeah.
live action movies that I like. It's just like I don't really seek them out that much.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I wonder if this is an arcade conversion. This seems like something that would be in an arcade, like an on an
It really
arcade
does.
machine.
Yeah. That'd be my guess.
We'll keep going for a little bit more, and then we'll
So
switch over to another.
so
one.
when you punch them enough, they explode.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure that Captain America is really big on making his enemies explode. That seems faithful to the comics.
I mean, they are robots at least.
Hold up, what is this pose?
It's the electric slide.
Flex,
chain.
flex, flex, flex.
I mean, he's flexing on him. That's what he's doing.
For a
Got his
second, I
act on
thought
the
he
ears.
was dabbing, which would have been amazing considering that this came out in 1992.
Dabbing on the haters. He's breaking the space-time continuum, but then again, he was frozen, wasn't he?
Yep.
So, like, I mean, I guess he really is the granddaddy of the dab.
Suddenly remembering that bit from the first Avengers movie where the dude is playing Galaga in
That man is playing Galaga.
fucking SHIELD headquarters.
Excuse me.
Who the fuck is this?
Some dickweed with a scythe?
Does anybody recognize this guy?
God, I'm looking it up.
He's like, it's not a scythe, it's a propeller. Or like
I mean,
some
it
kind
is
of,
a scythe, but it's also a propeller. Because
some
he's
kind
a
of multi-tool.
yeah, because he seems like a
It appears to be Marvel's version of the Grim Reaper.
What?
So we're fighting Death, who is totally radical my dudes.
I thought Death in Marvel stuff was,
Writeups.org.
No, never mind. No, that's a DC character. I don't know what I thought Death in Marvel stuff was.
Context. Real name Eric Williams, marital status single. Williams possesses no superhuman powers, but does wield a scythe in place of his right hand. Presumably, his current scythe has the same abilities as his previous cybernetic scythe that was once permanently bonded to his right hand. Made of an extremely durable metal, contains several
game
advanced
over.
weaponry, including a force blaster, cerebral stunner, which includes paralysis,
The
and a
cerebral
blade
stunner
spinner,
sounds like a wrestling move.
The cerebral stunner, yeah, it
which
does,
allows
like-
the scythe to act as a buzzsaw, a shield against thrown objects and bullets,
Excuse me.
or as a rotor providing very limited flight or parachuting capabilities.
What is Chi-Chi's pro?
During his time as a zombie,
Oh! Oh god, wait a second. Marvel Zombies was a thing.
Williams
I
was
think this
nearly
means, like,
invulnerable
mainline-
to
oh,
the
God, this is
effects
a
of
fucking
heat,
golf
cold,
game.
radiation, toxins, and disease. Later, he was given a vampire-like ability to drain the life force of his victim
Oh my fucking god!
Hey,
in
I've
order
decided
to
that
sustain his
this
own zombie nature.
I've decided that this character rules. Actually,
Yeah,
we're not playing a golf game. Sorry.
I kind of want you to play a golf game so I can make
No,
rich people jokes.
no. I have
Except
I have
not really.
too much self-respect to play a golf game on this show. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Unless it's like one of the terrible ones. That's funny. Let's play Outlander. I have no idea what the fuck this could be. Outland.
Oh, is it like that
is,
sequence of like fantasy romance books?
Probably not. Outland is a platform, like a Metroidvania for the Xbox 360. I'm actually
Chi-Chi
very
Rodriguez
good.
is the guy on the album.
Devo's
What?
first album cover, apparently. Or was supposed to
Oh,
be.
wait.
This is a
I
driving
don't
game?
know this story.
Is this
You'll have to
Desert
tell me
Bus?
that some other time.
Is this
Uh,
Desert Bus?
Yes.
Um,
Oh god, we should... Oh no,
Um,
I mean...
Are we
um,
trapped in this hellscape forever?
We desert bus
This
now,
is Outlander?
boys. Or
yo,
boy
this,
and gal and...
this,
Okay, yeah, there are boys.
this music
Heinz's
is
section.
is.
And Trey. But like...
Hey Heinz, you can also hear this. What would you describe this music as? What the fuck?
Wait, they
You're-
have to...
You're firing
What the
guns.
fuck?
You're firing guns.
Okay, so it's Desert Bus, but you're fighting against a motorcycle gang.
Is this
That-
Mad Max?
I think it is Mad Max.
Fuck
I'm-
Apocalypse synth. That makes it sound way cooler than it actually is. I feel like.
Doom synth.
Yeah. We're going beyond Thunderdome, boys.
Let's go.
We don't need another hero.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
This kind of rules, even though it's extremely bad also.
I mean, that's kind of...
This fucking music is incredible. Hello, babe.
I mean, that's kind of the nature of any Mad Max clone, is that it's going to fucking suck, but also be the most
Originally, it was
amazing thing
developed
ever.
as the Road Warrior, based on Mad Max 2. However, near
Alright.
completion, Mindscape lost the rights to the license, and the title was changed to Outlander to avoid legal issues.
I'm prescient. What can I say? Also, my girlfriend chose to post a pro-gunk emoji in our chat. I don't quite know what to make of that.
It's Krogunk energy.
It's a good Pokemon. I like Krogunk.
He tortures Jesse on the
No,
show.
it's Brock. Brock's the one that's got a Krogunk.
Or yeah, I guess.
I kind of don't know what I'm doing here. I think I might switch to another ROM soon.
How do you spell that?
What?
Krogunk?
Croagunk.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I love his shit-eating grin. It's very good.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Babe, I don't know what these emotes mean. I don't know.
It evolves into a Toxicroak, which I would not fuck with that guy. That frog looks like it would fuck me up.
Yeah. Oh, it's fighting poison.
Which is exactly why we love him.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, but yeah, like Krogunk looks like, you know, he could be a pal. We could go out like and get, you know, like get drunk together. But like Toxicroak, it's like, man, that guy's gonna fuck me up.
Just don't quite understand what I was doing in that game. On to the next one. I'm only gonna probably do one or two more. War Song. Maybe 3 or 4, depending on how bad they all are, I suppose. What the hell is War Song? I'm guessing like a fantasy-themed beat-em-up, like a Golden Axe clone. That's gonna be where I'm putting my money.
War Song.
Certainly got the title screen for it.
New game. Good game. Continue game. New game.
There
World
we
game.
go. Whoa.
Whoa.
The legendary sword War Song was said to give its possessor magical power, but now regarded as sacred and is hidden deep in Castle Baltalia.
Baltia.
Baltia.
Garrett's escape.
Oh, is this fucking related to
He's kind of cute.
what the hell?
Also, like, this is very kind of anime.
Like, what is
Anime.
this?
Manga.
It's very anime.
Where?
Garrett Baldarov.
Fighter. Sword Master.
Oh, this is another
Sword.
fucking strategy game.
Oh man.
I can't
King Alpha.
can't do strategy games.
The
The
castle,
castle
is
is surrounded by the enemy.
No matter how
Oh
cute
no,
this
we're
pink-haired
both trying to
lady
voice
might be.
this chick at the same time.
Shadowrun. Okay.
I've heard of Shadowrun and I just don't know much
I
about it.
didn't realize there was a Shadowrun game for the Genesis. Why
Is
are
it
you
an
spamming kappas?
Is it an RPG?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm getting kappa flooded. Oh. The emulator crashed again.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh?
Oh, you're approaching me?
Alright. Alright. Shadowrun. Yeah,
Senpai!
I understand. Oh god.
What?
Oh,
Who's
Gator Shaman? Obviously, right?
Of course. But okay, question. Who is the guy in the Kappa?
That's like his name, like his screen name is Kappa. It's like
Okay.
it's like one of the guys that works like on the UI stuff on Twitch, I think.
What does the emote mean?
It's just like oh god, what?
For a bit of a cheeky time, call Kappa.
Oh god, what? Oh god, what? What the hell is all this? Okay. It's a top-down RPG of some sort. I really,
Alright then.
I'm a little underwhelmed that I started as the Gator Shaman and I still just get like a pop gun pistol.
I mean, to be fair, that is how the world works.
Is it?
Yeah,
How many
in my
Gator
experience.
Shamans do you know that you can say that with authority? Because I don't know any.
I mean, you can't prove that. Meow.
Way different from the SNES one. Might be one of those things where they just basically developed two different games for the different consoles.
Wow.
Meow.
Wow.
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 I have no idea, dude. Can I
Me
just get
neither.
something that's like easy to play for the last 10 minutes of the show? Adventures of Mighty Max the. Alright. There it is.
There it is.
Mighty Max.
The Mighty Max characters and logo were copyright 1994 of Bluebird UK.
Film Roman.
Ocean.
Oh my god.
I vaguely recognize this.
Do you want to play as one of these two coked up kids or the Wendy's mascot?
Eyeless Wendy's. Eyeless Wendy's. So
No, that's
good.
that's what I went with.
I know, but I was just like, I approve.
Oh, okay, it's a platformer.
All right.
Reminds me a little bit of Commander Keen, actually.
She's the only one not on massive amounts of cocaine, and I don't believe in those sort of drugs.
You seeing how high she's jumping? I don't know
Yeah,
if I believe that.
seriously, like, what's up with the fucking frog jumps?
No, that's clearly a psilocybin mushroom thing. I approve of hallucinogens, not of dangerous stimulants.
Seriously, like, this is not something I would normally complain about in this kind of game, but why is the jump height so high?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because of how high the platforms are.
Yeah, but they could have just made the platforms closer together and then not done that.
Yeah, it is weird. Why is it so floaty? Why is it so floaty?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've got very good directional control. Just like, what is
Why
going
are you
on
murdering
here? I'm,
penguins?
Like fighting like penguins. I've got this big fucking Viking dude behind me.
I think this is a metaphor
Collecting
for...
SpaghettiOs.
I don't know what this is a metaphor for.
This is what happens after you die.
an animated action sci-fi TV show that aired from 1993 to 1994 based on the British Mighty Max toys, an outgrowth of the Polly Pocket line, created by Bluebird Toys in 1992.
I actually have heard of Mighty Max, and I recognized it vaguely, but
I did
at
not
the same
expect
time...
this to be vaguely related to the Polly Pocket franchise.
Of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did not recall that it was connected to Polly Pocket. That is
I guess it's
odd.
one of those things like with Transformers or something, where they had the toys, so they made a property out of it, and then, the rest kind of came from there. But, still, kind of also what's going on.
A
kids,
12-year-old boy finds a magical cap that can teleport him across dimensions. Sent to Red Cap one day, told that an ancient prophecy foretold him as the Chosen One, and he must battle the evil forces of the world together with Virgil, a talking fowl, and...
Hold up. Trey?
Yes.
It said across dimensions, right?
Yeah.
Mighty Max is an isekai.
Yes, it sure is. God.
and also, of course, it is a boy, as in a male person, who is the isekai, because unfortunately this is not a shoujo action show.
At least this seems to have been made for literal small children.
True, as opposed to
young adults,
man children.
Yeah.
I was saying, unfortunately, it is not a shoujo action show, which is to say, like Escaflowne, which I would go for.
I'm still not sure if you pronounce that terminal E in Escaflowne.
I believe you actually do.
Well, I've seen
some
episodes of the Japanese dub, and they call it. They say a lot of the Escaflowne.
Okay, it might be Escaflowne then.
Maybe I'm wrong though. What's going on here? I'm coming to the rather uncomfortable realization that one of my favorite book series as a kid was an isekai. What was that?
What is it?
Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Well, to be fair, the sort of stuff, Otherworld fantasy is a thing that's been around forever. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is an Otherworld fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that the problem, and again, in anime, it was a thing way far back, the whole, idea of isekai. It's just that Naroke has kind of made it a dirty word in Western discourse because they don't know the term Naroke. And also because even that would be painting with too broad a brush.
I can't believe that Naruto ruined the isekai genre.
Goodness.
Jane, you know what I'm talking about. You've talked about it before.
I do. I'm just choosing not to engage with it.
Because you are cruel.
Yes.
Yeah, the Gregor books
and you're getting back at me for being the worst.
The Gregor books are good. They are arguably a better execution of the same premise as Arthur and the Invisibles, but don't let my brother hear that because he is the type of person who...
I don't think I know that one either. What's that about?
Is he an Arthur and the Invisibles stan?
Actually, yeah.
Huh. That
is
is very peculiar.
What is Arthur and the Invisibles?
It is a series that I think was originally isn't it from France originally or some shit?
A set of 3 French movies about a kid that gets sucked up into a fantasy world.
It's based on a book series or something.
I don't know if I ever read the books, but based on
Invisibles.
Based on the movies at least, I read Gregor as a kid, and then that came out a couple years later, and I watched it, and I was like, this is just Gregor, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
What's it about, though?
It is a
But yeah,
It-
he's basically like the chosen one that has to save like a society of like fairy-like people from
Okay.
from a threat of like
I think
some
It was
villain or
actually
whatever.
I
written
think
by Luc Besson.
I think everybody had a book series like that they liked
Yeah.
it as a kid. Mine, because
Okay,
I
this
was
is really weird.
all right.
Arthur and
Tread
the
me.
Minimois, which is what this Arthur and the Invisibles is based on. The director of that was also the guy who wrote the original books, and that's Luc Besson. You know what he's famous for?
The Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element and Le Femme Nikita.
Yep.
I don't know
What
those
the
things
fuck?
are.
Right? Isn't that weird?
I don't know what either of those things are.
The Fifth Element is an absolutely bonkers sci-fi film in which Bruce Willis finds this girl who is actually like this sort of magical key to stuff, and like with immense cosmic power, and they fall in love. And also there's this weird planet made of evil that's coming to destroy everything.
Of course.
And also oh god, there's like who is the and like there are a bunch of like weird people in this film. Oh yeah, Chris Tucker is basically himself.
Yeah.
As one is.
And he has, and there is a very odd scene involving him having relations with an in-flight stewardess. And he has the most ridiculous hair.
Oh, I've seen screen caps of this before.
Yeah.
It is a
Okay.
fun film, but it is also baffling.
I was gonna say, I think everybody kind of had, when they were kids, like
Yeah.
one book series that they read that sort of had that general premise as the
Oh,
one
of
you
course.
guys were talking about. Mine, because I was a contrarian as a child, was Artemis Fowl. Which I
yeah,
think
that-
is actually still going, if I'm not
Huh.
mistaken.
It recently wrapped up. Like, I
Recently
think that the
wrapped up?
last
Let me-
book came out in like 2016, 17ish.
Let me take
They're working on a movie.
Of course they are. A film adaptation has been in development since 2016. Apparently it's coming out next year. I might actually watch that just out of idle curiosity.
2012.
Let's see. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I like those books. I don't know. It was
They were solid.
odd, like, science fantasy series, but also Artemis is one of those characters like for fucking Mandy from Billy and Mandy or something. He's like
Just a kind of a terrible person,
just
but you
kind
still
of a
root for
shit.
him anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's kind of awful. I do remember that.
like,
Kind of, he's interesting, but kind of awful.
yeah. Anyway,
And this came up because actually, there was in another Discord I was on, there was discussion of book series which were, sort of Harry Potter-like, sort of,
mhm.
that grew into their own, which was to say Artemis Fowl and Percy Jackson, and there was about to be a scrap, and I
Yeah.
was just like, hey, does anybody remember the Spiderwick Chronicles? Because those were good.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to-
Spiderwick Chronicles was one of those ones like I always saw it in bookstores, but I never actually read any of them.
It was very, very good. And
got a good
really
title.
bizarre in places.
A lot
Because it
of
draws-
those were really weird.
It draws really heavily on, like, actual fairy lore. Like,
Yeah.
those circular stones with a hole in them?
Yeah.
Like, that's an important thing in those Spiderwick Chronicles. Are those Yeah, and it was written. It was written by Tony DiTerlizzi and Holly Black. And Holly Black is known also for Tith and Valiant, which are pretty decent for what they are.
You can't see me, but I'm nodding. You two should check the chat. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go ask something real quick.
Alrighty. What? Chat? What? Oh. Okay. Huh. Hmm.
Well, I wanted to make sure you guys weren't planning to do like Final Fantasy.
We are.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to play some Isaac?
Sure.
Watch me
Hey,
play some Isaac.
you gotta get like switched back to actually showing the chat because it's
Sorry. Nobody said anything in a bit, regardless, but that was my bad. But yeah, we're gonna stream for an extra hour since it's gonna be our last show of the year, most likely, because next week is Christmas week, and you know.
Yeah.
Stuff gets complicated.
Probably won't. Actually, is there another? There's not another week in December, right? No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that is the 2nd. So we'll probably be back. We'll probably be back January 2nd, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, let's. Gonna just play some Isaac for a little bit. Isaac is not a retro game, but it could be.
Isaac. It's inspired by The Legend of Zelda.
And also, fucking Smash TV. Good night, Eric.
Right.
Smash TV is the other big influence on Isaac. Somebody years ago made a demake of Isaac for the NES. And
neat.
I think they finished it, and it got, like, it's like a round dunk. It's out there. You can find it if you're so inclined. It's not, it's not very fun, because it's an NES game, but, Or Isaac could just, like, not respond. That's another option. Give it a second. Isaac lived in an Isaac, on top of an Isaac. Isaac and his Isaac. One day, Isaac said to Isaac, "Your Isaac has become Isaac. You must Isaac him."
What's going on with
It's just not wanting to load.
Oh.
Occasionally happens with this game. Let me try killing the EXE and restarting.
So
Reminds me, Spelunky 2 was supposed to come out next year. I'm pretty excited for that. That'll be most likely something we do on the show. Is Spelunky 2.
Okay, it's happening.
It's happening. Mod got disabled somehow. Oh no, it's still on. Just like, I don't know.
Just random it.
Alright. Who do we got? Isaac. Alright.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys like that graphical bug up in the corner? That's interesting. You see that? It's a little piece of the Discord logo. Is just like up in... I don't know if you guys can see that on the audience end.
Might be the overlay messed up.
Yeah, like the overlay is like bleeding into the game.
Excuse me.
Somehow. That's very strange. It's just that one little square. peculiar. I haven't played a run as Isaac in like forever, so I'm actually pretty happy to have an opportunity to do that.
I'm glad to have facilitated this indirectly.
Yeah, I mean it's classic. Isaac starts with the D6, arguably like one of the most powerful spacebar items in the game.
Huh.
You can use it to reroll any other item.
Hmm.
I would like to head to the item room though before we begin our journey. So yeah,
Yeah.
the cool bean. No, I do not want this. I don't really want the sprinkler either, but at least the sprinkler's kind of interesting. But I read, I don't know, like I read a ton of stuff as a kid. Only a small amount of it has left much of an impression on me. We talked before about the Warrior Cats books extensively on this program.
Yeah.
But I read a lot of those.
Things when I was very young, the Magic Tree House books.
Yep.
I've heard of those, but never read them.
They're fine.
What are they about? And don't just say a Magic Tree House, or I will disconnect you from the call.
The treehouse sends them through time into other places, and stuff happens.
Ah, interesting. That's neat.
It's a kid and his younger sister, nerdy kid, and his like plucky young sis on journeys through time and space.
Interesting. There was a lot of stuff I read as a kid that I probably shouldn't have. Like stuff that was like aimed at like a slightly older demographic. But one that it allegedly was marketed as a kid's book. Marco's Millions was like a weird sci-fi novel about God, what the hell? This kid, his sister can like teleport to other dimensions, and he like has to go rescue her at some point. And there's like a bunch of mantis-headed aliens there who like worship her or something. It's been a very long time since I found out that the guy that I found out that the guy that wrote it actually died a couple years ago, which was sad. But
okay, in terms of like weird stuff I read as a kid, this was sort of a kid's book. Was Tibet Through the Red Box by Peter Cease, who is mainly known as an illustrator. And he was the guy who illustrated The Wind Singer, and its sequels, and that is a really fucking weird book, but not written by him. But Tibet Through the Red Box is about his father, who was a photographer and about how he unwittingly witnessed the Chinese invasion of Tibet.
Huh. So like a non-fiction book.
It is fiction, but it's like ambiguous. It's like, well, it is half non-fiction, half like, it's sort of half non-fiction, half like magical realism / allegory, I guess. Not really allegory, like it's very dreamlike, and it's basically about his perspective as a child dealing with his father's lengthy absence, and then reading when he was older about, what his father had been doing, and then just kind of, and also like just, it was, based on his father's diaries and things, but also fictionalized and heavily inspired by Tibetan, Buddhist, and Bon ideas.
Huh. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's I found a copy at a bookstore because our copy had years ago been stolen by my terrible aunt. We're pretty sure she's the worst. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it.
No, that's okay.
But so but yeah, I found a copy before Eloise and June left. We went to a bookstore off of South Street that had a copy just right there, and so I gave it as a present to my mom
Huh.
because she had missed it for a really long time, and yeah, I'm going to reread it at some point. Also, in terms of stuff that really wasn't appropriate for kids that I read. I read Edward Gorey's. Edward Gorey was a cartoonist, illustrator thing. Who started working in the 1950s, died in like 2000.
I see.
And he his work really heavily influenced my personal aesthetic, but also I mean, by the time I was like 8, I had memorized the Gashly Crumb Tinies, which is the one that begins with A's for Amy who fell down the stairs, B's for Basil assaulted by bears. I can still recite that whole thing.
I believe it.
I don't think I've ever heard of that specifically.
It is essentially a not exactly a picture book, but
yeah.
it is an alphabetical thing with like little illustrations in pen and ink of going from A to Z of children meeting horrible deaths, and just before they happen. The illustrations are just before they happen.
Odd.
Mostly.
My mind goes to the gag in Infinity Train where his like sad side says something macabre, and Atticus the dog king, he's like, awful morbid little thing, aren't you? And 1-1 says yes.
What the fuck?
Also, the Gashly Crumb Tinies was part of a trilogy of short, illustrated books that he did, which, the last of which was the West Wing, which, was entirely wordless. Well, almost entirely. And just a series of really unsettling illustrations of...
What was it you cut out?
Okay, so, the Gashly Crumb Tinies was, I think, the second in a trilogy of little illustrated books. The third which was also included in the collection Amphic, which I read when I was a kid, was The West Wing. That one doesn't have any captions. It's just a series of surreal illustrations of what seems to be not necessarily a completely empty estate, but of these rooms in this weird... They're just wrong. Stuff like a room at night and then you realize that there isn't a carpet, it's just completely filled with water.
Huh.
Or a statue that's been broken off in the middle. So it's just the legs.
What? Huh.
It's just really unsettling, yet kind of darkly funny, but I'm pretty sure it low-key gave me nightmares when I was a kid.
This sounds like it would be an interesting setting for an adventure game or something.
Yes. I mean, I did a weird little forum game on, I think, the TV Tropes forums at one point, or it might have been somewhere else, which was inspired by that and Thomas Ligotti way back.
Interesting.
And it was I just decided, that I would just sort of come up with stuff as people came up with prompts for where to go and things that was inspired by that and by stuff like Legati's story, Music of the Moon.
Well, I know the Music of the Moon. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
This is going to be a really fucking bad pun, isn't it?
Moon tunes.
No, it's Brazilian jazz.
Okay, that's valid.
That's what they call an anti-joke in the industry.
I mean, it's
know.
a pretty good... That was a pretty solid anti-joke.
Remembering this fucking bit from River City Girls. They're like, they're going to a construction site, and the guy's like, but if you go there, you should be careful. And the one character goes, why? And he goes, because it's a construction site.
That is pretty good.
She's like, yup. That's correct.
Yeah.
Stated
an objection of fact.
Yeah. Insane pendant has appeared in the basement. Okay.
Oh dear. Little Chad gives
kisses.
Okay.
I feel like we're on the same. We're on the same wavelength tonight. It's weird. It's like the third time that's happened.
Yes. Little Chad is a happy boy.
He gives you red hearts occasionally.
That's
like
good.
Every 5 rooms or something.
Okay.
A smiley boy.
Very smiley boy.
You're gonna re-roll the ladder, huh? Alright.
We are climbing Jacob's ladder, etc., etc.
Jacob's ladder is actually a different item in this game.
Yeah, Jacob's ladder is also, I mean, other than being a biblical reference, it's also a pretty infamous psychological
what?
Horror film.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. What books did you read as a kid, Trey?
I was into a lot of the typical ones, you know, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Hunger Games, I guess, which actually that one's interesting because I went into it not because I was a fan of the premise specifically, but because I liked Suzanne Collins because she wrote Gregor.
Huh.
And let's see. What were some of the more obscure ones that I was into? I really liked one series that was about a pair of twins that were in training to essentially become a pair of genies.
Huh.
And let's see. There was also like one kind of down to earth book that was just about a regular kid and his and his best friend that were trying to figure out like a riddle that was left to him by his not his grandfather, his father, that he like put in a box and locked away in the box until like his 12th or 13th birthday, something like that.
Huh.
And I remember really liking that one because it was I read it around the time that I was 12, and I was the type of 12-year-old that would resonate with another 12-year-old talking about existential crises.
No.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. I read like a lot of non-serious stuff, which I think is like, I guess, like a little bit unusual for a younger kid. Heck yeah, I love suffering.
But yeah, a lot of Jerry Spinelli's work.
What's Spinelli known for?
Maniac McGee is probably his most famous one.
Hmm.
Although he also had a really rather gruesome book called Ringer that was about a kid that like grew up in a town where they had a tradition of like essentially at like a holiday festival thing they would es- like try to catch birds in their hands and wring their necks, hence the name.
Huh.
Yeah. And he
I
like
vaguely remember that one.
and he wasn't into it, and he was a social pariah at his school because of it.
It's like a
so-
metaphor for society.
Yeah, I
I'm,
guess.
I'm like being facetious, but probably like actually though.
I mean, yeah. His
Not a
work
bad
had
thing
like
by any means.
when he wasn't doing the like simple funny stuff that some of the other books that I liked from him were like built around like if it wasn't that, then it was like the harder sort of like Judy Blume-esque coming of age stories.
Mm.
See, I never liked those ones. I was into books where there was like some kind of like magic or adventure element. I couldn't read if it was just like regular kids doing stuff. With one exception, which was Stargirl, which I read in like that was a little
Actually,
bit later. I read that in high school, I think.
is that one by Spinelli? I think it is.
It might be. I don't remember the name of the author.
Uh,
That actually had a sequel, which I never read.
Yes, it's by him.
Alright, well, there you go. That was another one that was, like, really about, like, the ins and outs of kind of being a social outcast in high school.
He dealt with that kind of thing a lot.
I hope that guy's doing okay. You know.
Let's see. What
One
other
hopes.
ones did I like?
Yeah.
I was a weird one because like I read so many books that like it didn't really necessarily matter to me whether or not they were like about high fantasy or science fiction adventures or whatever, or like if they were just regular people doing regular things. Because I also remember really enjoying one the if you guys remember it was called Hoot. It was essentially
Yes.
about like
remember Hoot, yes.
it was about the kids that were trying to save the owls from being like
yeah.
killed and replaced by a pancake house.
Was that
That
the,
was,
that
That was
actually
written by
the plot
Carl
of that book?
Hyacin, wasn't it?
Yes,
Huh.
Carl Hyacin.
Carl Hyacin, who apparently was like, is known for, like, his very decidedly adult satirical novels for the most
Yeah.
part. Like, but yeah, I remembered Hoot. And actually, it was funny because my parents mentioned at the time that they actually knew Carl Hyacin for his adult fiction.
So, as far as stuff that I liked as a kid that I probably shouldn't have been familiar with, I got hooked on Dean Koontz's Odd Thomas as
I also
as-
read a bunch of Dean Koontz books as a kid.
as like a 10-year-old because like my dad would listen to the audiobook versions of I think like the second and third books in the series while I was on the way to like either elementary or middle school. I think it was probably middle
wait.
school, but like still.
That forum game that I mentioned working on, actually, no, this was way before TV trips. This was when I was on a Bionicle forum when I was 13.
Bionicle.
And
No,
but the thing was, and this actually leads into the real big one. I actually first read Thomas Ligotti's short story, Music of the Moon, when I was 12.
That explains a lot.
That was
Which I don't mean in a bad way, but it explains a lot.
That was an incredible. Well, as I said, I'd been reading like Edward Gorey since I was like 6.
That
You're
also
very
explains a lot.
You're
I
a
mean,
very wide boy,
but I mean,
aren't you?
I did read other like actual kids things,
I
like you know,
I'm just being funny.
like Frog and Toad, Toot and Puddle.
Hell yeah, Frog and Toad.
Toot and Puddle were also very good.
That's the real classic right there, Frog and Toad.
I think
and-
that now that we're mentioning that the real small child stuff, Lyle Crocodile was where I was inspired to adopt Lyle Terry as my pen name.
That is a very cute book.
It's a good one.
Yeah, like I have a great fondness for like you know, like those sort of like
I just got hit too many times. I'll restart.
like well done picture books.
What is
just
this
make me
thing?
very happy.
What is this thing? It's a watermelon.
It's a melon.
Watermelon. Patooey.
Watermelon.
What does this do? Oh. Gives you like hyper tears for a room. Or at least for
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good, but it's not as good as the D6, unfortunately. But hey, Fire Mind's pretty good too.
Hey, that is my alias on multiple. Well, Fire of the Mind is my alias
Fire
on
of
multiple
the
different
Mind.
things.
I picked up Shredney as an name.
Does death come along?
Like I don't know.
With eager reinforcements.
I don't know what it was about.
Sorry.
One pill makes you larger.
That song is called Fire of the Mind, though. That's the joke. Sorry. Although that song is great too, but that
the pill that Dean took was One Makes You Larger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which of course is also appropriate. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, Coil's Fire of the Mind is legitimately one of my favorite songs.
But going back to the Dean Koontz thread, I don't know what it was
Yeah.
about Dean Koontz, but a lot of his stuff. I've talked to multiple people who read Dean Koontz novels like well before they were like supposed to, going by the marketing. I remember like one of the few books I read at that age that I actually remembered the title of, Second Door Down from Heaven. The twist at the end of that one is that the main character thinks she's been talking to an angel. It turns out he's an alien. And I thought that was like the coolest thing when I was like 13.
That's pretty fun.
Which, like, the weird thing is I think Dean Koontz is like a pretty hardcore evangelical Christian, so that's an odd thing to put in a book. In that
I think he's an odd dude. He also, like, if I'm not mistaken, used to show up on Art Bell's Coast to Coast AM a lot. Because he's apparently, like, super into, like, weird UFO lore.
That tracks. This is
Like,
an odd fella.
Yeah, he was an early member of the Libertarian Party.
Odd fella. Dean Koontz, friend of the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, just what an deeply strange man.
An original, as they say.
Yeah, incidentally, his first short story, or one of his first short stories, was in, again, Dangerous Visions, which was the sequel to Dangerous Visions, which was Harlan Elliott's, like, really important, groundbreaking collection of like short stories which he solicited from various science fiction writers who they thought that they couldn't get them published anywhere else at the time, like back in the late 60s. And so are like some of them are really weird and super experimental. And again, Dangerous Visions is even longer, and the stories at an average are not necessarily anywhere as good, but they are way more batshit. And it also contains early appearances by Gene Wolfe, Thomas Dish, and the third one, which never got...
Hold on. Gene Wolfe, I know that name. What's Gene Wolfe
Yes.
known for?
Book of the New Sun.
That guy. Okay.
The Fifth Head of Cerberus.
Yeah. No. The New Sun guy. Okay, I understand.
Yes, among many other things.
The guy that made that book that Murr really likes.
Yes, and also possibly my favorite novel ever, Peace, is one of his. I think that's his second novel. That one is fantastic, and really haunting.
Polydactyly.
So Thomas Dish is also in, again, Dangerous Visions. Thomas Dish, very interesting science fiction writer who also wrote The Brave Little Toaster.
Learning a lot about literature tonight.
Also, he was, openly gay back when that was not a common thing, and, was formerly a friend of Philip K. Dick, who Philip K. Dick tried to sell out to the FBI during one of his paranoid phases.
I found myself interested in reading one of PKD's novels called Ubik recently, because I was reading some of various opinions on the internet about a Netflix show I really liked called Maniac, and the whole vibe of that show is very much like retro futurist, sort of like New York, where it's essentially like what maybe the 2010s or 2020s might have looked like if the 1980s had like really kept that same sort of aesthetic and vibe. And one really prominent part of it is the idea of essentially corporate being able to use corporate sponsorships as a way of like augmenting your life rather than having to work directly for somebody. So like doing a pharmaceutical relationship, well, not a pharmaceutical relationship, a pharmaceutical trial, or asking for like to pay with something by being shown ads by somebody rather than being able to pay for it directly with cash. And that same sort of those same sorts of ideas are explored apparently in Ubik, which came out in like the 60s or whatever, which is interesting to me that they would draw on the same sorts of ideas that PKD was thinking about like way back then.
He there's a lot of that stuff also in one of his most infamous novels is the Seven Stigmata, or Three Stigmata, the Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch, which apparently gets really fucking weird.
Oh, I believe it. He was a bit of a cuckoo bird.
I mean, he was a very interesting guy. Also, apparently, his last three novels really interesting. There's one novel which can be apparently they're each sort of variations on a theme that form sort of a trilogy. But they're all in like completely different genres, essentially.
Yeah.
Like one is basically almost realistic fiction. One is essentially like sort of a religious fantasy novel in a way, and another one is more a straight science fiction thing, and they all kind of like inform each other.
Hey.
Yeah?
More like Philip K. Duck. I have no input on this conversation, being somebody who does not really read anymore, but it sounds cool.
Yeah,
I've been doing my best to get back into it.
I have been meaning to, and I got my library card today, so I have that.
I try not to stress about it, because I read a lot of web fiction and graphic novels, so, you know.
I mean,
it's not like my literacy is going down. I just don't read many novels anymore.
I mean, short stories are good.
Short stories, you know what I mean. I don't read much, prose, printed prose fiction anymore.
I mean, that's fair.
Is what I was getting at. God damn it. How are you guys doing?
I'm chilling.
I'm okay. I'm incredibly tired.
Yeah, we're gonna end after this round.
I need to eat something, I think, and then go to sleep.
Why does everyone I know forget to eat all the time?
It's not even that I forgot to eat. I did eat food today. It's just I realized...
You know what, Shredney?
Yeah?
Sometimes the food eats you.
Is this a reference to, something
Russia.
like Kasumarzu or something?
I don't know what that is, and I don't want it explained to me, because I feel
you don't want to know.
I feel like it's bad.
It is.
No.
It is, you don't want to know.
It's a reference to me not having a better joke to make. That's what it's a reference to, you fucking nerd. Man, that McDonald's game we played earlier was really troubling.
It's real easy to advertise to kids because they don't know that they're being advertised to.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, the fucking Burger King games for the Xbox never struck me as being, weirdly manipulative that way. I guess it's just because they were, not really for kids. What is this? Goliath's potion makes you larger.
And one pill makes you small.
Alright. Well, I'm big now.
And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything. That's all. Go ask Alice.
She's not here right now.
We know several Alice.
We do. Actually, we do. But the one that we usually just call Alice is not here at the moment.
Right.
To my knowledge. It would be very odd if she was, because she's in Denver right now with
You're a big baby.
Yeah.
Although that
extremely
does
weird.
mean that she's 3 hours ahead of us, or behind us rather.
Maybe. I never remember what the
so it's
plus
9:40
EST
she
is on Mountain Time. Mountain Time's one of the weird ones.
Or it might be 2 hours.
I'm not convinced
so
anybody
10:40.
actually lives in Mountain Time.
I certainly don't hear a lot about it.
It's one of the fake time zones that doesn't count. I say as Hines, who I'm pretty sure lives in Mountain Time, posts in the chat. There's also that weird one that's 1 hour ahead of EST that only people in fucking Nova Scotia are in.
And Newfoundland.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Labrador.
Book of the Dead. I don't really want this right now. Ah,
Rise
the Void.
from the
All
grave.
right. Yeah, I'll take the Void.
Consume.
Wow, you are giant now. Why?
You just not been paying attention the past 5 minutes?
I just decided to, like, I mean, to be honest, I was looking at the completely safe for fan art of Inteleon that Bird so
Fredney, I'm
nicely
going
sent
to
me.
fucking end your life.
Bird sent me it. It made me happy.
I will destroy you like Rome destroyed Carthage.
Please don't.
But no, I found an item called the Goliath Potion, and it made me real big.
It's really good.
It doesn't seem to
Like-
have done anything else, by the way, so this is like a net disadvantage, but you know.
Oh. Well, still, like, you are big baby now.
Oh, I didn't mean to take that. Hopefully that doesn't actually do anything. You ever just accidentally swallow
Wait a
cyanide
second.
pill?
If you are big baby, then does that make you Dram now?
Shredney?
Yes.
In the middle of the party, girl, get off.
Like a chameleon that's hanging with Miss Frizzle. I like you, cha-cha, hey.
In a Latin bar, yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what he's up to right now. Actually, he's probably asleep. Drom strikes me as the kind of person that goes to bed at a reasonable hour.
Yeah.
Not chilling.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah.
So he can, like, get up early and watch the sunrise or something.
Yeah.
It's a font of positive energy.
Yeah.
This has been one of our better shows, I think.
I think this has been very good.
Definitely top, like, 25% of Shapes and Forms episodes.
Just like...
I'm nervous about our batting average now.
Nah, it's fine.
We're grading on a curve!
Oh,
Oh, shit!
right. You know...
You died, but you were huge. But you died.
You're huge. That means you have huge guts. Okay. we need to stop now before anything else goes wrong.
I'm just
That-
gonna fucking die.
That was Shapes and Forms, and if you liked it, you can support it.
Boss baby.
At any of the links below. And on that note,
On the
Here-
note of Boss Baby.
no,
Boss baby.
on the note of supporters.
Okay, Ko-Fi supporters, Go Busto, and 4 anonymous donors from Patreon: Alice H, aka Senti, Lee C, who's, Lee, Lexinator, who's Lexinator, Murr supports us, and also Sam C. I don't know who Sam C is, but thank you, Sam C.
Yeah.
And also me.
And also Trey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
Trey
should
also.
actually start including subscribers, which would be Trey
Oh
and
yeah,
Gogo.
definitely.
I don't know
Definitely.
an easy way to look at those though.
Excuse
wait,
me.
hold on. Never mind. There's literally just a button for it. Let me pull it up. Oh,
Woo!
no, sorry. That button just opens a little tab that tells me how many I have. Awesome. I fucking hate this platform.
Heinz is subbed to us.
Heinz is subscribed. There's gotta be a way I can look at this. Hold on. Wait, list of my Twitch subscribers. Twitch subscribers list. How do you see who is subscribed to you? Tap the subscribed button on your channel. Tap the cogwheel icon in the top right and select your subscriptions. Okay. What cogwheel button? Like,
The gear.
that might be like stuff I'm subscribed to, which is nobody. Subscriptions. seriously, like, this seems like a very basic feature that they should have.
They really should. Okay,
This has
but
to be
also,
somewhere.
I'm just looking at the chat again, and I just think, I'm free associating here, but there needs to be a Newfoundland isekai.
What?
Like, just think about it. Just think about it, okay? Okay, Newfoundland, parallel version of Newfoundland, where it became the Socialist Republic of Newfoundland.
Newfies.
And you wind up there, and there's magic there, and you wind up there through being isekai'd because you get hit by the isekai truck, and you wind up in socialist Newfoundland, and you have to like fight against Hitler with magic.
And you know what they say, if you die in Canada, you die in real life.
Yes.
Anyway,
exactly.
apparently in order to get, like, a list of current Twitch subscribers, you have to, like, fucking run code. And the bottom line is that no, there is no list
because it's
I
fucking
can go
bullshit
to on my Twitch page. Which
fucking
is
bullshit.
Hilarious. I mean, we thank people when they subscribe, but, like, still.
Yes, we do.
Anyway.
And we continue to be thankful.
If I find a way to do that at some point, I will implement it into the
we
integrate
will.
into the thing we do at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yes.
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.